Is it working?
Give
Hello.
me a sec.
Hello. Ohayo gozaimashita. Just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, this is why I make my bed because I can't just start a stream with talking. I get so uncomfortable.
There we go. Now the stream's up. Yes, there's a slight delay.
Oh boy, slight delay.
Ooh,
Now
my
you
favorite.
now you get to hear it in like, oh god,
In
I'm so
advance.
sorry. Yeah, and like in uh hello. Okay, so we are back to Castlevania. More like Castlevania in my butt because I can't say the bad word.
Hmm.
Um, Hi. Would you like to introduce yourself, friendo?
Yes, hello. I am the Pike. I am friend of the evil.
Yeah,
Hello. I'm a guest today.
he's here, but he's not physically here, so we're trying something. This will be very entertaining. Cause I don't know if he's lagging or not. Oh no! Oh no! Shoot! No! No!
Oh.
Why is it doing? Oh no! Something's going wrong. Uh.
Oh. Hmm.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Hmm. A little bit wrong.
Uh, Why? This always happens.
I love that I could hear the panic in your voice and you having a little freak out, and then it took like a minute for it to actually pop up on stream.
Okay, well, let's see.
Yeah, let's just roll with it.
Uh,
Maybe you shouldn't be playing Castlevania
no, I
today.
don't think. I think it's my cord. Wait.
Oh yeah, that's probably. Yeah, don't check
Uh,
it.
Sorry guys. I promised you it was working earlier. Didn't I test it? I tested it today. I
Yeah, you
tested
did
it.
test it. Yeah.
Yeah. Every single time. At least.
Slight technical difficulty.
Alright, time to unplug my computer and hopefully that'll
Woo.
work. Oh my gosh, that was a lot longer down than I thought it would be. Let me know if it pops up.
Well, I mean, I'd have to tell you like a minute after it's happened.
Hello. Hi, newcomers. I promise you, I'm not this incompetent. It's not normally this bad.
It's true. She's normally much more competent.
Sometimes it's worse.
Yeah, sometimes.
Look, you gamed with me in person. Can you confirm that this has never happened?
Uh, yes, I can confirm this has never happened.
Okay, now it's getting worse. What is this? Oh no! Okay. So now it's not even showing up on my television anymore.
Oh, that's not good.
Why is this happening?
I think maybe the cables just don't want to cooperate.
Okay. Okay.
Is it working?
Okay. We got it working again. Hello again.
Ooh.
Hi. Um, I'm Evilicious and this is my friendo Pike. Um,
Hello.
technical. Oh, crud. I just remembered I have kombucha in the fridge downstairs and I can't get it.
Dang.
I fixed it. We have no more
It worked.
issues. I don't know what a bad splitter is, but I'm gonna assume that it's fine. Okay, now I gotta figure. I'm sorry. I'm wearing.
Evil is not using a splitter. She's using direct streaming.
Wait, what is direct streaming?
It's what you're doing for your PS4,
Where
where
I have the
it's like,
plugs.
wait, do you have your PS4 up there, or is it
Yeah, I have it
downstairs?
upstairs now.
Okay, never mind then.
Because I used to do that, but I used my I used to do like where I had I streamed it directly from my computer, or directly from my PlayStation to my computer, but that involved plugging it into the printer to use that as a Wi-Fi extender, and that was a
Ah,
freaking nightmare. That's why it would always like glitch and lag. No, right now I found this bad boy at. It's a video capture thing that I think was intended to be able to put stuff on TV so it doesn't have.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of like a
I'm using
spoiler.
it for a purpose that isn't its own.
Yeah.
It. Oh no! Okay.
Well,
I threw it, and that was not the answer. Okay, we're back.
yeah, maybe don't throw it.
Okay, so if you're wondering why I'm having trouble standing, I thought I would look cool today, but instead I'm just being impractical. I'm gonna stand.
I mean, you do look cool.
Okay. Let me show you guys the shoes. I promise you we will Castlevania, but sometimes you gotta dress like a gothic ballerina, and today's one of those days. Normally I make my bed. You will see why in a second. I am incapable of making my bed. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to hear you for a sec, Pike, so don't say anything profane.
It's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, saying profane things. Oh.
I'm appropriating ballerina culture and I don't give a care. I did it once and I'll do it again, but unfortunately, I'm not really on point, so my balance is crap, and I keep feeling like I'm gonna fall. I am incapable of going up and down the stairs in these. I feel like that bimboification meme where there's like the book on the floor and she's like, wow. That's how I feel right now, but I think this is a cute fit.
It is a very cute fit. She's right.
Those shoes are incredible. I know, right? They look awesome, but they're a pain in the butt to get on and off. And I'm pretty sure I don't have them. Like, you have to, unfortunately, there's like a band around the foot, and I think I need to tighten it, and I'm just not sure how to tighten this strap thing here. Yeah, these are why I don't have water in front of me today. Oh, crud.
Are you okay? Wait, you probably can't hear me.
There was a brand new glitch for this game that was found a few weeks ago that destroys the speedrun. This is your chance. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. Let's go.
It's time. Let's go.
Time. I'm pretty sure I lost any chance I had at a speedrun when I surpassed, like, what, 8 hours are we in this?
Yeah, probably.
Something ridiculous like that. I think I lost my chance at a speedrun. So sometimes when I'm gaming, I go a little insane. So that is what Pike is here for. I thought I would ask him questions, like the questions I ask my coworkers at work to make the shift.
I'm here to be interrogated.
The shifts feel like it's going a little faster. So,
Yeah.
Pike, how long do you think you could survive on the run if you ever committed a felony? How long do you think you'd last? Like be
probably
honest.
not that long.
Not that long, like.
Yeah, I feel like I would probably just turn myself in if I did something. It would probably be like an accident, and I'd just turn myself in. I'd be like, I'm so sorry.
In this hypothetical situation, you cannot turn yourself in because I probably would have the same answer. So you are actively on the run. You committed a crime. You know the police are after you. How long do you think you would last? You're making a genuine effort to.
I don't know.
You don't know? Oh, we're gonna have.
I feel like I could probably last. I want to say a few months. I wouldn't last a year. I'd probably last a few months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Like.
Because theoretically, the way to disappear isn't that hard. People disappear all the time.
How
you
would
can just
you do
disappear
it?
yourself.
Like, this is a hypothetical, so we know you're not gonna go.
So hypothetically, I'd be on the run. I'd just find a train and just, go to a different city, like hitchhike on a train, and just, be homeless for a while, and then escape, eventually find somewhere else, change my name, fake identity, etc., etc., etc.
Okay. I think you're forgetting the fact that CCTV footage exists.
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna like show my face. I'm gonna like wear hats and do everything to conceal my face until I'm like well away from wherever I committed the crime. I would think.
Okay, so you're operating under the possibility, the what's it called? You're operating under the belief that your crime would not be a felony.
I'm operating under the belief that my face isn't gonna be posted everywhere,
Okay, so you'll
and
only be
very
posted in
few
your home
people are
state.
looking for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're
So,
thinking like
um,
direct victims of the crime and the police in your city, but not necessarily.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm not thinking like it's a national manhunt or something. Like,
Okay.
I'm not,
So the FBI
the
is
most
involved at
wanted.
this point, is what you think?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is like it's not that serious that the FBI is involved. It's like maybe like local police and then I don't know a family or something or whoever was involved.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I can.
Because I feel like if I'm being looked for, it would involve like harming someone or like I don't know maybe like a hit and run that went wrong or something really
Gotcha.
wild.
See, my answer is completely different from yours. I think I would last maximum 3 hours, but probably about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if I survived 45 minutes, quote unquote, on the run before getting caught. Because,
Yeah.
see, I feel like you might have a little bit of an easier time going undercover than I could.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm not dressed up in my costume apparel like today, I
Yeah.
unfortunately am recognizable enough
Ooh.
and noticeable enough. Like, even if people are
I mean.
okay, so the amount of times I have complete strangers when I'm like by myself come up to me and say random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I have one of those faces that's so like unique.
Uh,
And I'm a short female, so people also will be looking at me thinking I'm a child.
that makes sense.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you're just
So-
a lost child.
Yeah, and so people are like, especially parents, are more on alert when they see someone that they perceive as someone that needs to be protected.
That makes sense.
I feel like a random person. I would also be in a state of panic because there's no way.
Yeah,
in heck.
obviously. Mhm.
Yeah, like I think you could keep more like keep your cool
Chill.
better in a
Yeah.
situation where it's not outwardly visible. No, I'd be panicking. I'd be sweating. I'd probably, and this is an unlikely scenario that I actually leave the crime scene.
Mhm.
I managed to get out, but if
Yeah.
I'm stuck there, or if I manage to get away, and I'm like anywhere in public with other people, I feel like somebody else would look at me, be so concerned that they call the police doing a wellness check on me.
Yeah, that would probably happen. I can see that.
Which that would be just my luck. Trying to flee the government, and a concerned citizen thinks I'm
Yeah.
the one. I'm the victim.
That would be really funny. And exactly how you'd get caught. I can see it.
That's like so like such a realistic scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have extra stun locks today. Shut up. Shush. Don't you say that.
That's funny.
Okay. Alright, so I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's too soon, if this is too spicy. We're 13 minutes in, so we can swear now.
Okay.
Don't
You can say the heck words.
yeah, don't, that doesn't mean like swear like multiple times in a row though, please.
No, no. Yeah,
Please,
yeah.
contain yourself. Contain your profanities.
Yes.
Okay. So, sometimes I have shower thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And,
We all do.
yeah, so this is another shower thought from the same shower time that my how long could you land on, go on the run? Okay. So, we on occasion for any listeners or whatever, I occasionally will watch true crime. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I'm not like I like stories or whatever on podcasts, and a lot of the best stories, like I know that they're real events, so I'm not gonna pretend that it's just like a story, but I like when I'm doing other things like laundry, I like to listen to something where there's a beginning and an end to whatever is being explained, and I can just listen to it, and sort of that gives me a timeline to finish my whatever chore I have for myself, right? Like I hate folding my clothes, so I'll listen to like podcasts and stuff. And I've started listening to those true crime ones, and unfortunately, my little writer brain, you know, the part that's not actually like trying to do bad things, but is coming up with like how your
Ideas.
characters would do bad things.
Exactly.
I bet you would love Beyond the Bastards. What is that? Is that like a criminal mastermind show or something? But like I was saying, I just kind of, what I've noticed in all of these true crime things is a lot of these people who get caught, the thing that catches them, and it's usually like modern day people, is they'll use the internet to look stuff up.
Oh.
And I think that's just so like a lot of these people have really smart game plans, but if they hadn't used the internet for their intel gathering process, they would have had plausible deniability and gotten away with it.
But instead, they're like Googling how to commit murder.
Yeah. So, guys, I'm gonna say that all of the things that I'm about to say happened in Minecraft. Yeah. So this is in Minecraft. Don't actually do this. I'm not actually going to do this. If I was, I wouldn't be sharing it in a stream. Pike, you're not gonna commit any crimes, right?
Probably not. I hope not.
Probably not. Just say no. Just say no.
Oh, okay. I say no.
You're not planning to commit any crimes. You're also a you like D&D. So you like.
Yeah, I like D&D. Yeah, this is all about in Minecraft, in D&D.
In D&D, yeah. It's a podcast about crappy people from history. That is interesting. I will look into that. Okay, so what I was saying is like all these people, their stupid thing is that they Google things, right? They're like, yeah, the feds won't look at my browsing history, and then they do, and they're like, oh no, how did you know?
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so I think that regardless of what your crime is, there's a way to go about it smartly, right? So how would you go about your little criminal activity? If you were in a hypothetical situation where you have no morals and you kill people like you're eating milk and cereal, if you know what I mean. How would you not get caught? What would you do?
Honestly, I don't even know.
You haven't had these thoughts in the shower?
Well, not about how I would commit a certain act.
Oh no, not committing the act. Like, don't even.
How I would get away with it.
How you would get away with it. What things you would do to get away with it? Like, we're not talking about the crime itself. I don't even think I could brainstorm that. I just got the prep work and the cleanup. How would you get away with your crime?
Well, I guess cleanup would be the most difficult thing.
In this hypothetical situation, somebody is no longer with us, and it's your fault.
Yes. Okay. So hypothetically, getting rid of a hypothetical body would be the most difficult thing because that's like the main piece of evidence. I didn't get that far
in my shower thoughts. It was a 10-minute shower, so we really didn't get that far.
Yeah. Short shower, short thoughts. I understand. But hypothetically, the most difficult thing in the beginning, at least, would be getting rid of the body. The next thing you'd have to worry about is people who are looking for a said body. So anyone who's like a family member or whatever looking for a hypothetical person who is no longer with us, that would be your second problem. And then after that is anyone, getting suspicious of you specifically because that body is no longer visible or foundable.
Okay. In my shower thoughts, I came up with the not suspicious of me portion, but none of the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see. I clearly don't have what it takes. I didn't even think of like, oh yeah, I might need to hide a body. But
yeah, maybe.
I did
evidence of a body, something like that. We don't know exactly what happened.
Yeah. No, you kill people like a slice of bread. It's what Dio would do. Dio, our hero.
Well, Dio would just eat them. Drink their
that's
blood.
One way to get rid of a body.
Yeah, but that's kind of nasty. I don't want to do that.
Sure, I don't think I could stomach it.
Yeah.
But tiss. Sorry, that
was a good one.
Not one of my better.
That was a good one.
No, you don't have to laugh.
No, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Okay, so here's how I would collect my Here's how I would collect my information instead of using Google. This is the part that I thought about the most, right? Because a lot of these
library.
Well, yeah, I would use the library, but you got to be strategic. So a lot of these people that do these crimes are not the smartest. And what they do is they'll plan what they're gonna do, but they'll either like do it too quickly after they plan it, and not like if you're gonna use the library, right? And you just okay. And again, this is me specifically. I don't think this would apply to most other people, because you are not me. But I was like in my shower thought, thinking, okay, I'm someone who is very. I'm not like other girls. I'm quirky.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. I'm someone that no matter what I do, I stand out to an extent, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I am a person that stands out, and I'm a person that's very like weird. I have a lot of like strange mannerisms.
A little wild.
But I am very
funky.
like someone. I think like I have charisma, like Theo or something. But
yeah, a little bit.
I have a lot of conversations with complete strangers. And that's what I would use to my advantage. See, what I would do is I would establish myself as a regular at the library, right? Which is 100% within my character. I used to be a regular at the library pre-pandemic. So at the library, I would look at books about everything, which is what I do at the library. But the thing is, you can't check any of the books out. Because then it's on your record.
Yes, exactly. You can just read the books there, learn whatever you need to. And then put them back.
And put them back. But you never check them out, because then that can be traced back to you, right? So that's what I would do. So this is before I even get into the planning stages. I would reestablish myself as a resident of the library and establish myself as like, I used to have my sketchbook, so I would be looking up random books for like art references and just sketching there with headphones on. And I'd sometimes ask, hey, I'm looking for a book about whatever type of skirt that I was trying to draw.
Yeah.
Or just random thing. And so if you do socialize with the staff there, make sure that all of the things you're asking for are so random and all over the place. There's no pattern. Like, don't immediately go in there and say, hey, do you have any books about arsenic?
I want a book about murder.
Yeah. So you can't do that. You would have to ask for books that would have that topic in it. Like, for example, like you can't say, hey, do you have any books about blah, blah, blah? But you could ask, do you have any books about old pharmaceuticals? I want to look at what the bottles look like for art references.
Yeah.
See, that's what you do. So that's what I would start with doing. And the second thing I would do after that to gather my information, and this is happening, like, this would be weeks in advance. I'd establish myself at the library. Then I would go to a military surplus store.
Oh?
Yeah. And I would go there for something benign, like military rations. I wonder what conversation sparked this idea.
I wonder.
Yeah, but like, anywho, I would go there like, okay, so something completely benign that wouldn't make my visit to the military surplus supply store make sense, but it wouldn't be a red flag purchase.
Yeah, it'd just be,
I'd
someone
be like,
looking to buy a little bit of surplus.
Because my dad has always wanted to try canned bread. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing. While I would go there on a day that isn't particularly busy, like a Tuesday, right? Like, but not in the morning, because the people that would be at the military surplus supply store in the morning would be the people that are actually in the military. That's not who I want.
Yeah, maybe.
That's not who I want to talk to. I want to go in there at a day when we have all of our, I don't want to say socially inept, but like somewhat unemployed military buffs. Or people that are in college that are military buffs, because those are the chatty people. I'll go in there and I will strike up a conversation with one of these people, right? I'll make it seem organic. I'll say something so stupid that they, because they're a military buff, and you know military buffs, they have to tell you if your military fact is wrong and correct me.
Yes, very true.
So I will say something about, I want to put confetti into a shotgun to make it poof or something like that, which I know if you do that, it's going to explode. But I would really play on the fact that I look like a stupid female.
So you'll play up the ditzy,
yeah.
Doesn't know anything.
Yeah, but the thing about this, if I went to the military surplus store, I wouldn't, the strat is to not talk to the people that actually work there. About any of these questionable topics. So I would ask the people who work there about the bread. So they know I'm in there for bread. Because if in any chance I'm at all suspects and the police go to the military surplus store, they'd be like, oh yeah, she came in here for canned bread.
Yeah.
But if they're not the person I talk to, they can't say, oh yeah, she came in here for canned bread, but she asked about how to make a bomb?
Weird questions.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I would strike up conversations with these military buffs that like lore dump their military facts. Like, I don't want to say the War Thunder fan base, but the War Thunder fan base.
Gotcha.
Those
so
are the types
what you
of...
want is someone to leak you classified bomb-making documents, theoretically, in Minecraft.
Yes. That way, I don't have to do any of the research. Someone else has already done it for me. And any bits
and you just learn it through osmosis.
Yes.
That's smart.
And any bits that I am unsure about, I go into the library, and if I need to.
Yeah.
The library is like my backup resource place. But the thing about that is, I'd have to either go to multiple different... No, I can't go to multiple different military surplus stores because that's too suspicious.
Well, actually, no, you could, and you just keep saying, oh, you're looking for bread or, MREs or whatever.
Yeah, but like if I
you keep looking for one very specific one and you just can't find it, and that's why you go around.
Okay,
That
I can
way
be
you
like, I'm looking for this specific one from the 80s.
Yeah, something like that, or like even older.
Yeah, okay.
But the older, the rarer.
Yeah, okay, so I'll be going for a rare thing for like a family member, which I could totally like... I'm not saying lying. I'm not lying about that because my dad actually is interested in canned bread.
Yeah, exactly.
You are in a red state, just join a militia?
I mean, yeah, that's another thing. You could just join them. Well, no, militias are already red flags, like actual genuine militias.
Yeah, no.
So she'd already be red flagged by the feds.
Yeah, so if I joined a militia, then no. No, I'm trying to do it in a way that I can obtain the information in a way, because like, okay, no matter if you ever do a crime, at any given point, you will be a suspect.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm giving myself plausible deniability, right? Granted, I would never be able to get away with a crime. I would turn myself in.
Yeah, exactly.
If I saw a drop of blood, I'm the kind of person that if I see blood, I pass out. So yeah. Like I had panic attacks at pools when I was CPR certified because I thought that I might have to perform CPR on somebody. That's the kind of no, I don't have the temperament. I could never do this, and I feel like me sharing this here is not giving people information, like on how to, because I highly doubt any of you guys could convincingly pull off the stupid, like it's very difficult to act brain dead. Convincingly. I don't want to say brain dead. That was mean. It's very difficult to act like you genuinely are stupid when you know.
You gotta be a special kind of actor.
I mean, I'm not necessarily a special actor, but I'm very I work retail, okay?
You gotta lie to people's faces a lot.
Yeah, I had to lie and ask people about... Oh my god, did I ever tell you about the QAnon people that I had to work with?
You did briefly.
Okay.
But you can, repeat for, audience.
Okay, so I worked at a store that involved making custom things for customers. Right? That is what I did. And, I live in a red state. I think I've made that kind of abundantly clear by the fact that there are guns going off in the background of my streams on occasion.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not see that. I mean, clearly the way to befriend the person join their father's military and get them killed by the people you're fighting and blame it on the misfortune of their birth.
Yeah.
But that's too long of a long game. I can't...
Yeah.
Like that's
also, technically, the targets for all of that was the entire family, but...
Yeah, that's a one-off, not a serial.
Yeah, that's a dynastic, type thing.
But anywho, at my previous job, we had a lot of the conspiracy nut people, and I unfortunately had to be the one to work with them, solely because I was the only one that could keep a straight face.
You were too good at your job.
I was too, like, you guys get to see me somewhat uncensored. I'm not gonna say I'm fully uncensored right here because I'm aware that I'm being filmed and I'm not gonna say anything that's gonna, you know, get me in jail. But when I was working retail, hi, how can I help you? Oh my gosh, that's so hard. Really? They think you're lying? Like, if you know me, you know I'm, like, faking it. But I was really good at convincingly... I can't believe that they tried to kick you out of your house for, you know, spreading conspiracies.
Wow, wild, crazy.
That's not okay. That's not okay. I'm sorry that happened to you. But, yeah.
Yeah.
I had a lot, like, it wasn't just a one-off. There was one specific QAnon person that would come in multiple times and request me specifically.
Oh
But
no.
I had a lot of different people that would say things, and I do feel like many of them might have been high.
It's a possibility.
But the combination of
In your state, maybe.
yeah, the combination of, like, I guess me seeming like someone who could be anything to some people, and just a good poker.
Yeah, you're just someone, you know, who's easy to talk to, someone who listens, and also obligated to be there because you're working retail.
Yeah. I'm also behind a counter. You know how people like people behind a counter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I have so many crazy retail stories.
Yeah.
Like, okay. I talk about, like, these strange, I want to preface this by saying there were probably only 3 customers I did not enjoy talking to. Like, so when I tell, like, crazy stories, I don't dislike the people that I was having conversations with. You know, I felt really bad for some of the people that were clearly, like, in conspiracy groups because they clearly had, like, their heart was in the right place. But
they were just being given really bad
that,
and weird information.
Yes, they were being taken advantage of. So, I will say one of the QAnon people, I did have a mini breakdown after that. I was like, I felt so bad for her. Like, and I can't really do anything about it because I'm working retail, but I felt, like, really bad for the situation she was in. She was clearly being taken advantage of, and it wasn't cool. So when I say that I've had wacky conversations, I want to say that there were 3 customers that I had that I did not like, that, like, I'm sorry, 3 regular customers that I did not like, and there were probably, like, 300 regular customers that I saw regularly. Yeah. So, my point is, when I say wacky conversation, I'm not roasting the people, sometimes you just meet interesting people.
Yeah, sometimes people just want to say weird, funky stuff that they just learned, you know?
Yeah. Now I'm forgetting, but there were a bunch of, like, really good artists, local artists, that I had never would have seen any of their art had I not gotten to help them turn it into other things.
Yes.
But we had a couple furries.
And
I say this with the utmost respect. Like, I know I've said some things about furries, like just the costumes and stuff. I want to clarify that I don't have anything against, like, furries as a culture. I have a problem with, like, creeps that slip into the furry fan base to be creepy. That I'm not cool with, you know. I'm not cool with people that don't wash their fursuits, but it doesn't matter if you're wearing.
We do not support the creep.
I don't.
Everyone else is cool.
I don't support stinky boys. Right.
Musky huskies, if you will.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the musky husky. But so we had a couple different fursuit artists, and I never found out if the 2 of them were aware that there was another, like, person that made fursuits and had their business cards printed in our store. Like, I always wondered, because they both refer to themselves as, like, the only fursuit person in town.
Huh.
So I always wondered if they knew that the other one existed and hated them, or if they genuinely, like, if there was, like, a furry rivalry or something.
I think it'd be funnier if they genuinely didn't know the other person existed and they just assumed they were the only one.
I'm the only.
And they'd constantly like pass each other in the street or something at like conventions or whatever.
Well, the
maybe.
funny thing is, I had both of them give me one of the business card that I made at a con.
Oh, that's really funny.
Furries have little middle ground. They're either very cool anarchists or straight up Nazi. Okay, so one of the ones that I met was a cool anarchist, and he was always complaining about how he kept joining these furry groups and they were filled with Nazis.
Gee, I wonder.
It's like, yeah, they're filled with Nazis and like creeps, P-words.
Yeah, a lot of P words sometimes.
Yeah. But what got me is both of these gentlemen, it was very obvious that they made fursuits based on what they wore into our store.
Oh, that's right. Didn't you say they used to wear things around their backsides or on their heads?
Yeah, one of them had a hat, a signature hat. The other one had a tail. Like, that's called advertising.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So they were in there to promote their business. They clearly, this wasn't casual.
Mm-hmm.
But both of them had insane, like, sewing tips.
That's good.
But, oh gosh.
Experts of their craft.
I will say, this wasn't funny, but at the same time it really was funny. One of the conversations that I always had with like customers is when I was like working the floor and not behind the counter. So when we were short-staffed or whatever, they would have me work the floor. Or if there wasn't anybody in my area, my department, I sometimes needed to just stretch my legs and get out of the behind-the-counter area.
Mm-hmm.
And I would explore the store and help like maybe restock things. I had one aisle that I really liked restocking. And yeah. So if I interacted with a customer, my starter sentence would typically be after a certain point, "Hi, can I help you find anything today?"
Yeah, as you do.
As I do, unless like there was anything else, like that was my. If I couldn't think of anything else to say, that's what.
Yeah,
I
your
say.
go-to.
My go-to, right? A lot more. I could not count so at least once a week, probably more. I would be asking a middle-aged to older guy, like probably between the ages of 50 and 70, this question.
Yeah.
And he would respond with, "Oh, just my wife." Right?
Yeah, I always found that weird.
I can't find my wife. I mean, I get it because like I used to lose my mom at the grocery store. It's a mood. But
oh, I thought you were gonna say along the lines of "help me with my wife," like you know the old boomer meme. You know, I hate my wife.
I think that was
texting.
also. I think it also has something to do with boomer meme. Like,
Okay.
can I help you find anything? Oh, just can't find my wife. Let me know if you see her. I've lost her again. Ha 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 ha.
That do happen.
Yeah, that happened so many times to the point where I could look at somebody and be like, "Oh no, I know how he's gonna respond," and he would, right? So one day, somebody's like, "Oh, I can't find my wife. Let me know if you see her," and I was like, "Haha, okay." And he's like, "No, for real, I can't find my wife. She has dementia. Have you seen her?" And we found her. We found her.
Okay, good.
She was really nice, but she somehow wound up in our back room. Yeah, we didn't have doors. We just had a flappy curtain.
Oh yeah, we had those too when I worked retail.
She wound up in the back room. She was fine though. We rescued her. She went on a little adventure.
Yeah, you know, a little fun time in the back rooms, just you know, exploring.
But what's funny is we looked in the back room multiple times for her. So she was moving. She was going fast.
Yeah. She was just teleporting across.
Yeah, like she quick traveled because okay, so she was found. One of my coworkers went to the back to look for her. Had looked in every nook and cranny. Was leaving. Heard something in there. Went back in there, and she was suddenly there.
Maybe she was teleporting.
Yeah, it was insane how fast this woman traveled. Like she was going.
Maybe dementia gives you superpowers, you know? Maybe it just unlocks the teleportation
Well,
ability.
I think she was also like a really fast she was really fit, so I think she also was like
Yeah, that would make
one
sense.
of those people that jogged every day.
Mm. And now she just jogs everywhere.
Well, she also was a speed walker.
That makes sense.
Like a power walker, that's the term.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we found her once. I don't know if it's too soon to talk about crazy things that happened at working retail.
I think statute of limitations is like a year, or I don't know. Did you sign an NDA or anything like
No,
that?
I
don't
never
think you
did. They tried to pretend I did, but I never signed one.
Oh, okay. And then I think you can technically
Well,
just talk about it
I
since
know
you
I
didn't
can't
sign
talk
anything.
about customers specifically, which I'm not going to.
Yeah.
I don't even remember
You can talk about
most of their names.
events.
But I can talk about events. Okay, so funny thing that happened. All right, where I worked, which I will not tell you the location of, was next to a Best Buy, right?
Mm-hmm. As many places are.
Yeah, so I worked at a place that was next to a Best Buy, right? And the Best Buy was, a lot of the things in my area were built either 40 years ago or 10 years ago, no in between.
Mm-hmm.
So the Best Buy was built like 10 years ago, but the building I worked at was built 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so, because the Best Buy was built so much sooner, it had a bunch of security and stuff in their parking lot. And so they had a bunch of like visible security cameras and everything. Our place, we didn't have the wiring to do that, so we didn't have a bunch of security cameras in our parking lot. And it was very obvious that if you stole from Best Buy and got away in their parking lot, you would get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So what people would do is they would park in our parking lot, which, okay, so Best Buy is here. Okay, so here's where I work, right? Here's like a little road. You know those shopping centers that have like a little road that goes behind one of the buildings and then another parking lot?
Yes.
That was how we, our store in Best Buy, and I think there was like another store in between us or something. I can't remember, but we were the biggest store that was like closest to Best Buy.
Yeah.
So that you could go into without looking suspicious. So they would park in our parking lot, walk over to Best Buy, steal something, come back to our store, and then try to loiter in there. It gets better. What's funny is we had a couple different instances. Like, okay, so the Best Buy had the worst on-staff staff I've ever encountered in my life. Like, usually when you go into a store, you see at least one employee is supposed to talk to you and greet you.
Yeah, they say hi, you know.
Say
hey,
hi, and if you need help, they help you. Right? No. That Best Buy was so terrible. Like, I went in there once and didn't even know that they were closed until I was escorted out. Like, that's how bad.
Oh, that's funny.
I never saw a single employee until I was escorted out.
That's really funny.
So their like welcoming staff was like just non-existent. But ours wasn't. Especially if me and a couple other people, like if there were about 5 of us that were really good at greeting people. And we would be like, hi, welcome. Can we help you find anything today? And you'd be greeted by 5 different people. Right? So the people that just stole something from Best Buy would come into our store and be so aggressively greeted that they would feel like they had to purchase something or they looked more suspicious. So we had a couple of instances where somebody who was caught on the Best Buy security footage had a stolen laptop or whatever in their backpack, actually bought something in our store.
Amazing.
And I
just
think,
so you know, not look suspicious.
That's so funny.
I mean, I'm guessing they wouldn't buy anything like huge, right?
No,
like they wouldn't
no.
buy a printer.
There was one instance where the guy bought something on card, and that's how they caught him.
Oh.
But usually
damn.
they would. This happened at least 3 different times, to the point where anytime Best Buy got robbed, they would have the cops in our store. Yeah.
I mean, hey, you know, most likely.
We really get a plain place. So there was an instance where, oh god, I'm pretty sure he was in our store and we greeted, so one of the guys that robbed Best Buy was like an armed robber.
Oh.
He went in there with a gun, like went completely berserk, held somebody at gunpoint, stole something, left. We found out about this after he had come into our store and felt threatened or whatever, pressured into buying pens, and then left. It's terrible, but it's
You know, maybe if Best Buy had a better greeting staff, maybe they wouldn't
Well,
get
that's the
robbed as much.
thing. The way to prevent somebody from committing a crime is observing them. Like, if
Yeah,
you
it's
look somebody in
acknowledging
the
they
yeah,
exist.
if you acknowledge they exist, the way that you stop someone sketchy, like unironically, if somebody's gonna commit a crime, and it's not a crime of passion, it's like a one-off crime, and you look at
Mhm.
them and say, "Oh, I love your hat," or comment on something about their appearance, you're like, "Oh snap, I've been observed." And not only have I been observed, this person knows what I'm wearing. They know
Exactly.
what's
They
up.
give a description.
Yeah, they could give a description of me.
Oh, that's really funny.
Speaking of descriptions, I know you've also worked retail a while.
A little
Did
bit.
you ever have a situation where, like, I don't know, like, I think you worked behind a counter or something like that too, where people would leave and
Yeah,
come back?
behind a counter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it just me where you would have middle-aged men? I can't tell them apart, especially white middle-aged men.
I had that issue as well, but it was actually it was middle-aged men and younger white women for me, because I worked at a specific place where people would bring their animals, their pets, and so primarily in my area, it's mostly like really older like couples or like new college kids, like people who are like moving in from like other states. So I would always get young Anglo women or middle-aged like couples all coming in with like giant dogs.
Okay.
So at some point, I just couldn't tell like a lot of the older couples apart until I really got to know them, or like their
Mm-hmm.
pets specifically. But the younger white women, I couldn't tell any of them apart because they all had like the same like basic dog archetype.
Oh, you were trying to base them apart based on their dogs.
Yeah, no, like the dogs you can sometimes tell apart, but like specifically younger white women all had the same dog basically.
Wow.
They all had like the same little Shih Tzu thing or like a white poodle thing.
Wow.
It was those two. It was those two, never anything else.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
older couples, they would have like cooler, interesting, dogs.
Are you
that you'd
saying a Shih Tzu
recognize
isn't a
and
cute
you'd be
dog?
friends. No, I'm just saying like you see like 38 different Shih Tzus in like one day, and like you can't tell them apart after.
That's fair.
You know, like you'll see the same like three white poodles, and like you can't tell them apart at some point. Like
Okay. Well, my thing wasn't that I was trying to tell them apart mine based on what we did for them. It was more like I would get guys, right? Middle-aged white men, all dressed the same. They all have the same freaking haircut.
yeah,
Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I had a lot of, like, business-esque people.
that could be it. Yeah.
But it was always guys in, like, polo shirts.
Hmm.
With dad bods. That sometimes they wear hats, but only on the weekends.
Yeah, only on the weekends when
Like,
they go
if
fishing.
they had a hat, they had, like, one of those little, like, and they would always have khaki pants, shirt tucked in.
Yeah.
Like, business casual. And
Yeah, that's the typical.
never facial hair, short hair. And I couldn't tell them apart. Like, I remember giving somebody's order, like having two
Yeah.
people that dropped their orders off at roughly the same time. And one of them came first, and I gave him the order that I finished first, thinking it was his. It was the other guy.
It was
and
the
then I
other
had
guy's.
two different guys that looked, to me, identical. Like, they also, like, okay, I live in the South, and that Southern drawl,
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, is this like a stereotype?
It could be. It sounds like it.
The socks with the sandals? No, that was only on Saturdays.
Yeah,
But
only
I-
on Saturdays
I
when they
worked
go fishing.
places where people would go, like most of the people, my customers were like businessmen, and they would come in preparing for their presentations. So I worked with a lot of like small businesses and businessmen specifically. And the businessmen all dress the same. Like they all dress the same. And it's not like they don't wear suits. They wear tucked in tucked in polo shirt pants, short sleeved. Every time. Every time.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of like blue collar businesses.
Yeah. Well, sometimes. I also, look, my dad wears the same shit. They
Yeah.
had my
kind
dad's
of.
wardrobe.
Yeah, it all makes sense.
What I
It's what you wear.
noticed too is like you want to talk about businesses and a stereotype that I think that we need to sort of enforce.
What?
The black entrepreneurs being the most fashionably dressed, female black entrepreneurs being the most well dressed people you will ever encounter in your life.
Hmm.
Every
Actually, I think you
single
got a point because we had a couple of black female entrepreneurs, and they were always pretty recognizable because they always, dressed well.
yeah, they're always like
So yeah,
maybe
you got a
because
point.
the ones I like I got to interact with them when they were on the clock, like doing work
Hmm.
related stuff. But like, holy crud, I have never seen people more put together in my life.
Hmm.
Like, you want to talk about coordinating your nails with your purse, with your shoes,
Hmm.
and
Yeah,
a
they're
lot of the
always on it.
times their businesses had. You would think that somebody that coordinated their business has something to do with like fashion or like design. Nope. Mm-mm. Most of the time it wasn't.
Yeah, just your regular office job
And I
or
feel like
anything else.
that's like one of those unfortunate realities with our society that we live in, and people not taking people who look a certain way seriously unless they present themselves more seriously than others.
Hmm.
So it might be a mixture of that and a cultural thing.
It could be, yeah.
But damn, did they look good? Like I Also, have you ever like seen women that have like the weaves and stuff, and the really and the braids, the really intricate ones?
I don't think so, or at least not that I paid attention.
Okay, so I'm gonna what's it called when you go on a side quest?
A little tangent.
Okay, I feel inclined to show you. Okay, I've gone to Atlanta before,
Hmm.
and holy crud, black women in Atlanta have the best hair I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm searching black women in Atlanta.
I think you might find other things. If
Yeah,
you
this
just type
is
that
not
straight
what
to
I was
Google.
looking for.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, unless you want to look for that, but like
I mean, I
still.
don't have a problem with it, but I'm
Yeah.
trying to show the hair.
Yeah, you're trying to find something
I'm
else
trying to
very
demonstrate
specific.
how cool, like every single woman in Atlanta, and I think also because like in the city, there are more places to get your hair done,
Yeah, yeah. More salons.
more options.
Hmm.
But okay, let me just Google search. Okay, here. This is an Instagram, the Black Hair Experience, and yeah, this is Atlanta. Okay, this is like okay. Look at how good. Can you see it? Oh. Oh wait, I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I found an Instagram. Let me look. Okay. So this is an Atlanta hair salon. I think it's also because Atlanta's the hip hop capital of the world.
That would make sense.
But
Ooh,
like
yeah, I see it. Yeah.
all of it, like, I don't know what it is, like how they do it, but it's got to take like years, not years, but I'm just
Yeah, a long time.
the amount of effort and the amount of different textures. Like usually when I see people that have like their hair braided, it's usually just a traditional braid, or if it's like a dread, it's like a straight dread.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like a combination of all of the above in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I
but
see that.
like every other woman you see has like amazing hair like this. And I've seen people that coordinate their looks with the hair that they're doing.
Hmm.
Let's see. The black,
Yeah, it's really impressive.
yeah. And it's really cool, like when um there are a lot of like fashion groups, so you'll see people like incorporating like black culture and fashion and stuff with other fashions. And so
Yeah.
I've seen like people with the dreads, but the bottom of the dread is like a bright color, and then they have sort of like the early 2000s rave aesthetic in terms of how they're dressed, and
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all coordinated, and it's so cool. It's so cool. I'm like I'm just in all of that. I've had my hair braided once,
Just once.
just once. It took way too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
I think you just have to get used to it.
well, not just getting used to it. Like some of my coworkers have their hair braided like that, and it takes a really long time to do.
Yeah.
But it took 4 people 3 hours to braid my hair. Yeah, and the braids were like not as big as they could be. It was about like small. Small. I'm sorry. The braids were not as small as they could be. They were about like medium-sized braids. So they
Gotcha.
were just small enough that you could fit a bead over them,
Mm.
but not
It's
like
still a little bit thicker.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So it was like considered somewhat thick in terms of like hair braiding. But I couldn't sit through that again. It looks cool, but the effort, so much effort.
It is a lot.
Yeah,
It's very impressive.
it's so impressive. Also, like, I always was under the impression that when you put a weave in, you just crochet it in, and it's easy. No, 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 no. There's a whole process.
Is there?
Yeah, there's a whole process that you put it in. So you basically braid it into your hair in a sense.
Oh, so you have to like actually.
But you have to do it in a way that you can take it out, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do it
So there's
wrong,
a trick to it.
there goes your hair.
Yeah, that's just stuck in there. Yeah.
Alright, so I had more interrogation questions for you, but I completely forgot them.
Oh.
Have you any... Don't... Also, Clay's... How is this pronounced? Like...
Clay's Ashford.
Clay...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a character. I want to say it's a character.
No, I have to Google
Clay's
it.
Ashford.
Clay's... Clayton.
Hey, yeah, look at that. It is. Oh, he's from the Expanse.
The what?
The Expanse. It's a sci-fi show
Why does he
in
look
space.
like Count Dooku?
I don't know, just because he's old, but he's a cool guy. He's a cool dude.
He's in a
I knew it
60s.
sounded familiar when I read it. I was like, where do I know that from? But yeah, he's the ghost knife of Callisto.
I have no idea what that means.
He's a pirate, or a former ex-pirate turned
So how is
like
it pronounced?
Clay's Ashford.
Not Calais.
No, just Clay's Ashford.
Why couldn't he just spell it like?
Well, see, there's historic reasons in the lore for the reason a lot of things are spelled weirdly. Mostly because people are sent into space and then they develop their own like brand of language. It's like Creole almost. It's like it's a little bit of everything. It's got German, Creole,
Gotcha.
Latin. It's just a mix of a bunch of different languages. But for people in space, specifically
Space
in the
noise.
belt, yeah, it's space noid language is the best thing I can explain it.
Okay, that makes sense.
And he's a cool dude from the Space Noid colonies, basically.
I thought he was a pirate.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a pirate from the, colonies, essentially.
The best part is his
He's a
character
cool
is
dude.
very different book to movie. It's called Belter.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
the
he's a
native language.
Yeah, Belter.
Belter.
Yeah, because they're from the asteroid belt.
Is this the one where the whole thing about it is water? They are out of water and they're fighting over water.
No, there is water involved in I think the first season, but that's more for one specific station colony. But I mean,
Is this the one
everyone
where it
needs
has
water.
bright lights?
you're gonna have to be way more specific than that.
Like the aesthetic of the set design is black with bright lights.
Kind of,
Like
yeah.
not black with like bright lights. Because I think my dad was like really into this for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. The backgrounds are usually dark because it's, you know, in space and like in dark environments, and there's usually pretty bright lights, but not too much. I think it's well balanced. It's a really good show. You might like it.
Okay, yeah, this is the show that my dad watched because I recognize this dude right here.
Yeah.
This dude, yeah.
I don't know what dude you're talking about.
Can you not see it?
It hasn't pulled up on screen.
Well, I this is the show I was thinking of. My dad watched it and enjoyed it, and it was going on about the water in it.
Yeah, it's like a season 1 thing.
I don't know how far he got.
Issue.
So he watched it a couple years ago. So he might have like not. I don't know how new it is.
He shows up in like. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he shows up at like the end of season 1 or maybe season 2. I don't know.
Kyle Ashford or the dude that I was.
Clay's
Ashford.
Oh yeah. These guys who, yeah, you were looking at, yeah. Yeah, they're around.
Because I asked if that was Kylo Ren, and my dad looked at me like I was crazy. Does he not?
Actually, I think the guy you were talking about is from a later season. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so my dad did get further.
Yeah.
Because he was like hyping the water. He's like, I never thought about water like that.
Yeah, that's from a later season. Pretty sure I watched all of them. I can't remember. Maybe I'm like short a season or like half a season.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna Castlevania.
Yes, Castlevania, and then we can talk about Clay's Ashford, the Ghost Knife of Callisto.
It's very heavy on politics, and it's worth both watching the show and reading the book.
Yeah, it's really good.
I'm more likely to read the book than watch the show. I'm gonna be real. I'm very bad at sitting through live action shows.
They're both very different. Well, they share, you know, similar themes, characters, etc., but like the show and the book are different for obvious reasons.
Did they make the show more sexy?
No. They just made changes.
Okay.
I think there's a sex scene. Like, maybe?
I'm about to die.
I think there's one. Yeah, don't die.
The first season is about a water crisis. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what my dad was talking about.
Yeah.
Water crisis.
Water is important when you live in space.
Yeah. And apparently they were like having issue with the water.
Hmm. Well, they were trying to get water to the station from an ice asteroid that they just cut open or something like that.
They were trying to get more water, essentially.
Yeah, more water because, you know, without water, people die.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, there's a lot of politics. Oh, Mars is also involved, of course. Because Mars gained independence at some point. So it's Mars versus Earth, and then the belt is stuck in the middle. Being abused by both is the premise of the entire lore. Is Earth bad, Mars scary, and Belt is just sad.
Oh.
That's kind of the quick, fast rundown.
I don't like sad. Oh no, I'm dying.
Well, the Belt isn't like sad, it's like just poor. And sad, I guess. You could be poor and sad.
They usually go hand in hand. Depression and
Yeah,
poverty
true.
are...
Yeah. They go hand in hand, you're right.
Like, if you have all of your resources, you're less likely to be depressed. Real talk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But even Earth is, like, you know, not that great. Because there's too many people on Earth, which is a common theme, it turns out, in space, you know, genres. So there's too many people.
You know, I'm gonna be real. I don't think we're ever gonna actually get to a point where... Okay, these ladies with their stupid eyes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a conversation, and these wenches are... Are you fucking kidding? Okay, wait.
These... Oof.
That's right. I can do this. I completely forgot I could do this. Okay. I don't think we're ever gonna get to the overpopulation that.
Uh, why not? Why don't you think that?
Why do I not think that? Because we
Yeah.
currently, I think right now, in about 10 years, I think we'll peak and we'll
Hmm.
have the most like within the next. I'm gonna like estimate further. I think in the next 15 years, within that span, we'll have our peak,
Yeah.
and then by the time we have most of the world is caught up like technologically and stuff,
Hmm.
I don't think we're gonna have as much of a boom in terms of population.
Hmm.
Because look at hear me out. The reason so many people have so many kids isn't necessarily because they want that many kids, but because they need that many kids to run their or
Yeah.
they either
Run
need that many
whatever they
kids
need
for
to
whatever their
survive.
business is, or they need that they don't have access to the birth control.
True. That is a thing.
And now that I know it's not everywhere, but now that we are have birth control as good as it is, and women are getting more autonomy, I feel
Hmm.
that most women do not want more than 2 kids.
Yeah. Maybe.
And I feel like there are more women that don't want any kids than there
Yeah.
are people that want
Tons of them.
tons of them. So I think we'll either within the next 15 years be at a place where we're at a standstill, or we have a birth decline.
Yeah, maybe. But you have to think about this also in a cultural aspect. Because certain cultures are having way more kids than others.
And are
Is the
those
issue.
those cultures? You'll note a lot of them are have more sexist ideologies that
True, they're very male dominated.
very male
Right.
dominated cultures, and I think that because the world is so interconnected now,
Hmm.
I feel that as soon as we're at a point, like as a society, where those women in those cultures who are like, I don't really want this life for myself, are able to safely get out of that, we're not going to have that situation anymore.
True. I think it'll take longer for that to be the actual situation, though.
Birth
Simply
decline
because
is
they
related to
are
income. Yes, it is. Like in the
a little
United
bit.
States, yes, but I think overall,
Well, not just in the United States, in a lot of
well,
countries,
yeah,
actually.
but I think that the birth decline is definitely related to income, but it's also related to female autonomy.
Yeah. Which usually has to do with
Well,
income as well.
not always, not always.
What?
Definite income is what's preventing women that want to have kids from having them, right? But
Yeah. Well,
but
no, I was thinking in the reverse. I was thinking higher income means you'd have less kids because you're spending more time working. And so higher income in like let's say a you know family or like a couple,
yeah, but
right?
some people might not be inclined to have any kids because they don't have
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
means to afford it, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, true, true. Okay, okay.
So
I was
you're gonna
thinking in
have a
the
lot
opposite
more
direction.
people that are like, you know what, no kids for me, because they're not in a situation where also a lot of women, because of like they we live in a very until we are societally in a situation where household roles are equal and considered non-female roles as a whole.
Mm,
As women are given more autonomy, we're until we get to a point where men are also lifting the same amount of weight in the household, like societally. I'm not attacking any specific man.
yeah, just in
Until
general.
we get to that point where that is the norm and not the outlier, there are going to be a lot less women who are both in positions where they want to have kids and in positions where they're like, you know what, I want this stress and all of this, and I have a partner who's willing to do this with me.
Mm,
I mean, in terms of development, birth decline happens because capitalism. I think it's a mixture of a lot of factors. I'm not saying that's not one of them, but I think that like how many women want 300 kids? I'm sorry.
Well, I don't think it's that they want; it's that they either need or don't get a choice in it. In a
Yes,
lot of
yes,
cases.
that's what I'm saying. So like once you have a situation where women are no longer they have their own freedom and bodily autonomy to
Yeah, autonomy.
do what they will, we're gonna have a lot less just overall lower rate due to women
Mm.
not wanting more kids, and that combined with economy not being great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah, I see your point, but I still think it would take longer than like 15 years.
not to go down, just to be at like our. I think within the next
Yeah,
15
yeah, at
years
the
we will
peak.
peak
Yeah.
as humans on this planet. We'll have the
I
most people.
think it would probably take twice that, maybe like 30,
I don't
maybe
know.
more.
I don't know because everything's exponential now.
True, you got a point there.
So
But I
I
feel like for societal factors, in order for women to actually gain that autonomy in certain regions of the world
well
which
okay.
have those high birth
So like
rates.
in 2020, we had a
Mm,
situation where a an incident that happened in the United States caused protests all over the world, and people like
hmm
were like, "Hey, I don't like our situation here." And one protest somehow became like that affected one country became like a worldwide global scale. So I think if
mm,
we have a situation where leads me to believe that it is very likely that we will have a on a global scale thing regarding like women's rights and stuff.
yeah.
I could see like how often do they do like the Geneva?
Geneva Convention,
Yeah,
or
how
like
often do they do that? Is that like just war
uh,
or is that just like overall human rights?
that's well, it has a little bit to do with everything, but
I
I
could
don't think
see
have
with
they convened at Geneva in a while. I'm pretty sure they don't have it there anymore. They
don't they
used to
have like
have
a
it at the
human rights
UN.
convention or something every so often?
Yeah, they have that at the UN. Usually they have it in like New York or someplace. I think last time I
I
forget where they had it,
I
but it's every couple of years, like
okay.
every 4 or 5.
So hear me out. I predict within our lifetime, we will have like, not within our lifetime, within the next 15 years, we will have a situation at that human rights thing, where women's rights become like a human right, and so like access to birth control becomes like something that you can't deny people. I feel like that's going to become one
Mm.
of those things.
Yeah,
I know it's only once. I'm just saying. I know that there's like a whole society for the. I don't know terms. Ah.
yeah.
I know that
But
there's
yeah,
like
it's the UN Human Rights
the Human
Council
Rights
is the one that
Council. Yeah, I think the Human
handles all
Rights
that.
Council.
But the thing is, a lot of people on the Human Rights Council, unfortunately, are some of the countries that have the least human
Oh
rights,
no,
possibly.
I know that, but I think that either they'll have a situation where they get so much pushback
Hmm.
that they are forced to comply.
Yeah,
Hopefully, like I don't think it's going to be
hopefully.
an easy fight by any means.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying this is going to be like something that happens easily, but that's just
Yeah.
my prediction based on how the
Hmm.
society we live in.
Yes.
We're headed that way. Access to shelter, food, and medicine should be a right. Yeah, I think that also would be the
Yeah.
same thing that comes up. Yeah. The reality is we can't support more. We can support more population, but we don't because inequality. Heck yeah, loving me some
Yeah.
inequality. Ugh. I also freaking hate society. No,
Society do be kind of a can I
society
say
be
the
whack.
term?
No,
Can I say the B word?
yeah, you can say the B word.
Society's kind of a bitch.
Yeah, we live in a society.
We do live in a society.
Society. No, but
Bottom text.
bottom. But I'm hoping beyond hoping that I live in America, and this is my hope. Fingers crossed.
Mm.
Things are getting pretty bad here when it comes to people's rights, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I think that because of what's happening in America, I understand that America's not the center of the world. I get that. But I think that because America is such a dominant country in terms of culture and everything else,
Hmm.
that because all of these issues that have been happening in other countries, but not American countries, like culture hubs,
Yeah.
are happening here, it'll raise more attention to it and kind of force people at one of those conferences to do something. Like, because we'll get more of a global push.
Yeah, eventually.
So, I don't think I think something bad's gonna happen. I swear to God, if something bad happens, please, please, please do not pull up this stream and say Evilish has called it or anything like that.
Mm.
This is just, we live in a society and history.
Yeah, speculation.
This
Society.
is speculation. I'm writing fan fiction about the world we live in right now.
Yeah, world politics fanfic.
World politics fanfic, let's go. Yeah, so something's gonna happen, right? I predict something's gonna happen involving, specifically American, due to American, whatever, regarding autonomy and healthcare and whatnot. Something really tragic's gonna happen. Like, we're gonna have a George Floyd-esque situation that sparks backlash throughout the entire world, not just America.
Yeah.
And there will be like a UN thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. It really does just take one spark, you know.
But I think that we're not going to be in a situation where America is going to do anything about it.
Probably not.
I know that's like, oh no, don't you live in America? Don't you like?
Well, I mean, there's a chance we could, but.
I mean, your next election decides whether USA becomes fascist or not.
What? No, it doesn't. That's not how fascism works. Everyone keeps saying, oh, Donald Trump was a fascist. No, he was just an idiot who was in office.
Okay, he was an idiot in office, but he also did some things that were...
Yes, he did some horrible things.
Like, in my humble opinion, look, I'm not talking about his politics, nothing like that. This isn't a political thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But in my humble opinion, this, not even regarding the January 6th event,
yeah.
because of COVID, because of how many people died due to his first-hand misinformation, I feel he should be tried for that.
Yes, I feel like he should be tried for that. But
that's not
feel
even
like a lot of people...
Oh, that's not even like a political take, I don't think.
A little bit.
If you use your position as someone who is supposed to be guiding a nation in a way that causes... How many people died in the United States with COVID?
I forget. Let me Google it.
A lot. If that causes million... Did we reach the millions?
Maybe. Let's see.
That causes a significant...
1.1 million.
That causes 1.1 million of your citizens to perish. You should be tried. He wants to be a dictator. Yeah, I think Donald Trump has a lot of very big views, very big goals, and yeah, I hate society.
Let's see.
But what I think's gonna happen, hear me out, is we're gonna get into a situation, because like right now, Clay's Ashford, I'm assuming from a couple of your comments, you are not in the United States. I'm just assuming that. I think we're gonna get in a situation where something happens regarding like healthcare or female autonomy or any of those incidents, right? And in the United States, most people are not anti-abortion. I think it's like 75-25, if that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the most conservative people are pro-abortion in our country. And female autonomy in our country.
Yeah.
So I think we will get to a point where something happens that potentially makes it look like a civil war or something will outbreak, and then the UN will step in. Because if America has a civil war, that won't just affect America. Let's be real.
Yeah, that
That'll
affects
affect
a lot of other
world
nations as
politics,
well.
like all over.
Especially because we give a lot of financial aid to a lot of countries.
Not just that, but the fact that we have the biggest military, most
Yeah,
nukes. Yeah, yeah. So if America has a civil war, the rest of the world is screwed.
yeah, a little bit.
If America has a looks like it's about to have a civil war, that 100% could be prevented by healthcare stuff being
Mhm.
considered a human right. The UN's gonna step in.
But the issue with that is the people that usually step in for the UN are usually just us. Is the UN asks us to step in on their behalf usually, or we ask them if we can step in
No,
on
no,
their
no. I
behalf.
don't mean like step in as in like a military force. I think like they will.
Well, how else would you stop a civil war? Because it's not like the UN has
No,
any
no, no, no.
say
I
in
don't
what
think that
the
a
US
civil
does,
war is going to
basing
outbreak.
on like housing and like everything else that you were talking about,
Here,
previously. Is
it's
how do they
okay.
enforce that?
Okay, so I think I don't think a civil war will happen. I think it's going to be very, very, very tense.
Well, no, yeah. How to prevent it? How would the UN prevent it?
How the UN would prevent it, because right now all of the issues that we're having aren't because of like people all the way at the top causing the problems. It's people at a state
Mhm.
level who are this really, really small, like 15%, if that, making
Yeah.
decisions on behalf of everybody else, and most of the people in their
Mhm.
states do not support that.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, but we, because of the way that our democracy, if you can call it that at this point, is structured, the big government power can't step in
Mhm.
on behalf of the small states, and it's not very easy. But if they made it a global human right, that basically would write it into our law without.
It wouldn't.
It wouldn't. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
Because Congress would have to ratify it. And if, I mean, the UN can say whatever it wants, is the thing, and the UN does say whatever it wants a lot of times, but people have to actually agree to it, is the issue. And if our government doesn't agree to it, then.
It's not. It's not
Because
the
they've said a lot of things about Russia and like a bunch of other countries as
okay, but
well,
it's
and they
not.
just haven't agreed to it.
Okay, okay. Hear me out. Hear me out. But what I'm saying is, it's at the state
Yeah,
level
yeah, yeah.
that this BS is happening, not at the
Mm,
national level. I do know that there are some people at the national level that support the same things that the state levels do, but I think there are
mm.
more people at the national level that are against it than at the state level. So if
Yeah.
the UN puts something to it, it would have to go through Congress. And I think more people in Congress, because you have more variety of voices there than you would have at a state level.
True. You got a point there.
Yeah, so basically it would force this to go to Congress without the votes having to go through. So it would no longer be a partisan issue.
It would still be a
It
partisan
would
issue
to a
in
degree.
Congress.
It would to a degree, but it wouldn't, like right now, they have to have a partisan vote over whether or not they even discuss something.
Yeah, true.
So if the UN stepped in and said this, they wouldn't even be able to like vote over whether or not it got talked about. It would get talked about, then people would vote about it, and we would
Yeah.
have a lot less back and forth, because
Well, I feel like there'd still be a lot of back and forth either way.
I hope
Look, politics is complicated.
politics is complicated, but isn't if something goes all the way up, isn't there a way that all the citizens can vote on it?
Not directly, no. In fact, we can't really vote on anything directly anymore. Just because of the way that we're not technically an actual democracy. We're, what is it? Representative Republic, Democratic Representative Republic or some shit? Something like that. I forgot what the actual term is. But anyway, we can't vote for anything specifically. We can only vote to put people in office who we hope will vote the way we want them to.
But
But if
unfortunately,
they
because
don't,
of gerrymandering.
yeah, gerrymandering, my favorite person, gerrymandering. But yeah, because of gerrymandering, that doesn't happen. Usually, the people who get put into office, who get voted into the office, are either voted in or technically appointed most of the time. by people who just want them to parrot their own views and not the views of the people, their constituents, basically. So the people can say whatever they want, but whoever's in office ultimately gets the final say. And the only way to get them out of office is to vote for someone else. But usually, new people don't get voted into office as regularly because they have less funding and therefore less of a voice and projection to get elected. But it does happen every once in a while. But it's just harder to get someone who is actually doing what their constituents want into office. And even after time, eventually that person also becomes, corrupted by the same thing that corrupted the last person. And then, it becomes a cycle. Not always, but usually that is typically a very standardized case when it comes to politics.
I have a hot take.
Yes.
This might be a little spicy.
Yeah.
If we have a certain age that you have to be in office.
That's what I was saying too. Well, there is a certain age. There's an age like. Yeah.
Is there an
to be out of it?
Is it
I'm pretty sure the oldest person just died.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I don't know if it's eight. Look. If you can tell me
we should have an age limit.
That a 26-year-old cannot be in office, then I can tell you, a 76-year-old, you shouldn't be in office.
Exactly.
So you want to talk about age and like ability and experience?
I feel like there should be like term limits as well for like other like positions.
Oh yeah, I agree. I think there should be 2 term limits because that somebody's going to do the most work on their way out. If you think you're never going to get out, you're never going to do anything.
Or on their way in, if you know that you can't do it again.
Yeah. So term limits.
Yeah, term limits, age limits. We need these things in government in order to better our chances of actually doing things.
Just vote me in.
Yeah, we'll just vote you in.
The thing about me is I have ADHD. I get bored quickly. So
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
get what I need to do over within like 5 days, and then I'll be out of it.
Yeah, and then you'll renounce.
Hear from me again.
Exactly. You'll just go home.
I will like go full hyper focus mode, and then 70.
Done. Then I leave.
70. You have your Senate is 85. No, I mean, like, I think the age limit should be 75.
Yeah, the age limit. No, actually, I think it should be lower. I think it should be like 65 or something. Like.
I'm trying to think of like how old do people that are like in other jobs besides politics? When do they? I'd say 70. At the.
Yeah, 70. Maybe.
70.
Still like.
Like okay.
A lot of people are just too old to be in office.
My parents are boomers, and like maybe I'm biased because I have boomer parents, but like I would take my dad who's like in his 60s over most of these people. Like he's sharper than. I think that there's a huge difference between like 60, I think like.
Yeah, 60 or 70 is the new 60 is what they say.
Yeah, so I'll say 70. 70 is. No, you know what? Let's be nice. 75. How old is Biden?
I feel like cut it off at a 70.
How old is Biden?
Let me see. Pretty sure he's in his 70s, 80s.
Once I find out how old Biden is,
he's 80.
Okay, 70.
Donald Trump is 77, so we could have not had him at all if we had the term limit at 70.
Yeah, no.
Barack Obama's only 62 right now, and he was,
Yeah.
So yeah, 70, cut it off at 70 is all I'm saying. So yeah, I vote that we institute 70 age term limit. Or not term limit, I mean age limit.
Yep,
and term limits.
Our problem right now is boomers not giving power to new generations. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. It's because they
not
just
even
want to keep getting all that,
Not even just in office, just some voting power.
Yeah.
Because I have heard so many freaking boomers saying that they don't want to pay for things like education because they don't have kids.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have, because it doesn't affect them. And I'm like, shut up. Look, if school buses didn't exist, you wouldn't have gotten to school. So shut up.
Yeah, exactly. If the government had paid for like 90% of, a lot of the buildings where schools are in, you wouldn't have been able to go to school either. So
Yeah, no.
just pay your fucking taxes. Shut
Well,
up.
I also hate boomers, and no,
Yeah.
I don't hate boomers, but I do hate the boomers who are
Complaining
like, I paid for
boomers.
college, why can't you?
Because college was like 3 nickels back in
Yeah,
your day,
like,
and 3 nickels was the equivalent of $10 today.
yeah, it's I I don't know what it is about boomers. Like every other generation I've like talked to
Mhm.
understands that times change.
Yeah, but they don't.
But maybe it's I don't know. I'm not talking about like any specific. I'm just saying as a whole, as a group.
Yeah, as a whole.
What like my grandma, who's not a boomer, who is older than boomers, she gave birth to boomers, understands times changing better than a lot of the boomers I've talked to. It's just the boomers. If you have somebody that's the generation before them, they understand.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is about the boomer generation, but like
I think it's because they grew up post-war,
they
like
grew up
post World
post-war
War II, in the economic boom.
because boomers rubbed up all the social programs they benefited from.
Yeah.
What's rubbed up mean?
I mean, they just took advantage of.
Oh yeah.
I assume.
Well, they benefited from a lot of things that are not benefiting us.
Yeah.
Well, boomers are the reason it's so hard to buy a house.
True. Because they just keep buying more houses, even though they only live in one of them, but they own like 7.
Or if they're trying to like downsize, they can outbid anybody in their 20s.
Exactly.
I'm not saying boomers had it easy, but I think that they have different.
No, yeah, boomers had it easy.
They have different. Okay, I have to have these conversations with my mom a lot, like explaining. I'm not saying like I'll be like, yeah, our generation has it hard. It's like every generation had it hard. When you're my age, you'll get it. And I'm like, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
Cause like she's like, yeah, global warming has been a thing since I was your age. It's not that big of a deal.
It kind of is a big of a deal because it's progressed a lot.
It's progressed a lot, and
Yeah.
I think that they have had some of the issues that we had,
Some, yeah.
but culturally, they weren't as affected.
Mm-hmm.
So
Like,
because
they're not gonna suffer the consequences.
yeah, it's like
The rest of us are.
it's like telling someone who has I'm trying to think of has a mild hangover. Trying to describe being blackout drunk to someone with a mild hangover. They're like, yeah, I've experienced the worst of being drunk. My head hurts. It's awful.
Ow. Ouchie.
And they're like, yeah, I get it, but they really don't, and they're unable to comprehend where you're coming from. And I understand that boomers did have the Vietnam War, so that was bad. That traumatized a lot of them. Like, I understand that was difficult for the boomers. They have had their struggles.
The boomers lost one war.
No, it's not. I'm not even talking about like the war itself or the outcome
No,
of the war.
yeah,
I'm
I
talking
know,
about
like,
the cultural
the
implications.
actions, yeah. Yeah, the whole culture surrounding it. But even then, they also had, the civil rights movement, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. Actually, no, that wasn't even. That happened before the boomers.
What? No, that was...
No. I mean, like, the boomers weren't the ones that actually participated in that.
Wasn't it?
No, because the civil rights movement happened in the 60s, right? So it would have been the oldest boomers who participated in that.
Okay, yeah.
So like, that doesn't... Like, the boomers were alive. Okay, so the boomers were born between 1946 and 1964. Okay, so the oldest...
Yeah, that's post-war.
The oldest of them.
Yeah, they'd be like in their early 20s. Like, they'd be going to college.
Okay,
so yeah, they participated in it because the civil rights movement was a lot of college kids.
Okay, so a lot of older boomers were participated in the civil rights movement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Why do I keep? Okay, I'm gonna do something so I stop dying because I'm getting fed up. So yeah, yeah. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how a lot of hippies are now conservative. That makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think it's because a lot of hippies, well, not all, some hippies back then were just being rebellious against their parents, and their parents had wealth, and so they just kept that generational wealth. Because that's how a lot of hippies actually afforded to be hippies, is because they came from money.
Oh, I did not know that. My aunt was a
Yeah.
hippie, but she's not conservative now, so I really can't.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
But a lot of like hippies tended to be from money, or well off at least.
Gotcha.
And then they just went off and did their hippie things, and then eventually they were like, you know what, I'm done. I want a money,
They learned it was
money good.
hip to be square.
Yeah, they learned the hip to be square, and then they just kept all that money.
Yeah.
Of course, not all of them, but you know, it tended to be a case. It wasn't too, often that you found a hippie that didn't come from, a well-off family.
My aunt is, I guess, an exception to that rule.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought of her as like the hippie.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I guess not.
Also, a lot of hippies just got jobs, it turns out.
I mean, then again, she became an art teacher, so I really.
Yeah, that's fine too.
That's the most hippie job you could get. So.
True. Or being an English teacher.
That was she. She has a degree for both. She had to choose.
Oh, hey, look at that!
So what a quickie dink.
Yeah, what a coincidence. Wild. All right, I'm gonna go grab some more agua.
Okay, too Lulu for now. Most boomers have the attitude of, "F you, I got mine." Yeah. Ugh. Like, not all boomers, but enough that it impacts us. I think. I don't know. I don't think they struggled enough. I think their voices were heard a little too much, and now they think ours shouldn't be. I think some people really, really need to learn that, and this is gonna sound kind of terrible, experience doesn't always grant you wisdom. A lot of people our age, because we have been I feel like this generation, I think everybody alive currently that's like under 30, because we've been exposed, not necessarily experienced, but because we've been exposed to so much information, so much knowledge about the world at such a young age, we kind of have so much more wisdom that previous generations could only gain via firsthand experience. And I think, like, some people will say the internet makes people less empathetic. I agree with that to an extent, but I think it allows you to have a better understanding of how other people think.
A wider worldview.
Yeah, a wider worldview. And I think that the boomers as a whole, because they grew up in a time where there were only really two sides to every debate. You know what I'm saying? There was only like two sides. So they have kind of culturally, they are under the impression that there's only two sides, the good guys and the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
And because I believe this, I'm the good guy. I'm a good person. I'm the good guy.
Yes.
So any opinion
Obviously,
that
yeah.
it does that goes against my good guy worldview has to be the
Is
bad
bad,
guy.
therefore
Yes,
evil, and must be destroyed.
it must be destroyed. Yes. So I think that it's a generational thing where they don't have, because most of the things in like the boomer timeline, they were raised on post World War II propaganda, pro American lists. I'm not saying that any of this stuff is inherently bad, but they were like the civil rights movement. There's a clear good guy and a bad guy. There's a clear good side and a bad side to every single
Yeah.
major event that happened in their youth.
Mm.
So I think that for a lot of these people, they struggle. They never learned what nuance was because they weren't exposed to it at an early enough point in their life
Mm.
for them to recognize it as easily.
Yeah, you got a point. And now, everything is just that black and white. You're either with me or
Yes,
against me. And if
exactly.
you're against me, you have to just not exist. You have to.
Exactly. Yes. So a lot of the boomers have this white or black mentality, whereas another way that I've heard it put is they were raised, um, they have the white or black mentality, and they also have the treat others how you want to be treated, whereas nowadays it's treat people how they want, or instead of back in their day it was treat others how you want to be treated. Now it's treat others how they want to be treated,
Yeah.
and a lot of people do not understand that other people have different goals for their lifestyles than they do because they were raised thinking that they should treat others how you want to be treated. So because I'm just saying this. Let's say I'm a boomer and am a straight white man and I could not see myself ever with a gay, right?
Mm.
I would never see myself becoming trans.
Mm.
Therefore, because that isn't a choice, that's not how I want to be treated, that's the wrong
Mm.
way. And because everything's black or white, that's bad.
Yeah.
Gen X suffers from this too. Millennials, the first generation to not get conservative as they age. I have not experienced Gen X as much, so I cannot.
Which was Gen X?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's like a 10-year. Gen X is like one of the smallest generations, and it's like 10 years. It's I think 65 to 75.
Let me Google it.
It's a very small generation.
Uh, no, it says here it's 1965 to 1980.
Okay. Well, that's
Then Gen Y is 1980 to 96. And then you and me were part of Gen Z. We're the Zoomers.
heck yeah.
I can't believe it. We're Zoomers.
But you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I think that because of our partisan system
Hmm.
in government, there's only two choices.
Yeah,
They
that's
think
the other thing.
I think
Is
well not
there's
just
only two parties. You
yeah.
can't. There isn't a third or fourth or fifth option.
And to the
We
boomer
only get the two.
yeah, but to the boomer brain where it's black or white, good or bad, if you're not
Oh
in
yeah.
my party, you're in the
Yeah.
bad party.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I mean, I don't like what my party's doing now, but it's better than what the bad party's doing.
Yeah. Exactly. And therefore, they just stick with their party, even if they're doing something
Yeah.
horrible
Well,
or advocating for something
also I
that
think
isn't beneficial.
part of it is also like, wasn't it the Republican Party that was like the civil rights movement, or was that?
Yes, the Republicans were the ones who were on the right, quote unquote, side of the.
Exactly.
No, was it?
I'm
Hold
pretty
on,
sure
hold
the
on, hold on, hold on.
Okay, but that was
I want to say it was, but
okay. Let me know.
yeah, because it was the Democrats who were the ones in the South. Because the Democrats were in the South, and they were the ones who were instigating for all the
Yeah.
Jim
Okay.
Crow
So
everything.
let's
all that.
say you were hippie movement, civil rights movement. You grew up during that. Republicans were
Mhm.
good guys.
Yeah, the Republicans were the good guys in that at that point.
Yeah. So most Republicans think Biden is a socialist. I think also unfortunately, Republican media.
It goes back to that, black and white thing. Is if you're not part of my party, you're against me, and if you're anything different, you're obviously bad.
Yeah.
So it goes back to that Red Scare, communism bad, anyone who's socialist bad.
Yeah,
type
so they don't
thing as
actually
well.
think he's a socialist. I mean, they,
I mean, they might.
but that's a talking point that they're. Okay, so I don't know if how familiar the non-American is with American broadcasting, but we have a bunch of different news stations, and currently there's only one Republican mainstream news channel, and they have a tendency to lie to their audience, like outright, not even like kind of. It could be interpreted that way. No, they outright lie to their audience. So if you are a Republican, and your only news outlet, this one Republican channel, is lying to you, and you don't want to watch the other channels because they don't believe your moral, political, whatever.
Yeah, they're not posting QAnon.
But like, I think Republican, like their Fox News is part of the reason QAnon is such a thing.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate. But yeah, no. If you had any other generation, saying somebody is a socialist wouldn't work. Like that is literally targeted at boomers. Because nobody our age lived. Nobody under boomer age lived through the Red Scare.
Yeah. Well, no, actually, that's wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. Nobody under the boomer generation was the one most affected by the Red Scare.
Hmm.
Is that a better way of putting it?
Well, they were young during the Red Scare.
It lasted like a long time.
Yeah, but still,
Like they grew up during the Cold War.
True, yeah, you're right.
Which my mom has compared to, I'm not even gonna.
What has she compared it to?
Some of the stuff that our society is currently going through.
What does she mean by this?
I don't know. Like, I know she probably is, I don't know. She says some things and I'm very confused, but I'm afraid to ask.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't ask. I just,
Because I'm
nod
afraid
and,
it's gonna get worse.
yeah. Just nod and just move on to something else.
Yeah. Yeah, the Red Scare was still around during Reagan, yes.
Okay, yeah, never mind then.
It lasted until, like, I think the 90s.
Really? When did the wall go down? When did Gorbachev, when was the Gorbachev? Let me see.
I don't think the wall coming down was the end of it, was it?
No, it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah. But I think the whole end took like 10 years, a decade to do.
91.
Okay.
So 91 officially end of Soviet Union and beginning of the great economic whatever Russia Federation. So yeah, 91. So you were right.
Look, I don't know a lot about history, but what I do know, I'm typically right about.
Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, I'm not saying anti-Islam is the correct take.
Huh?
I don't agree with that at all. But I do think 9/11 impacted a lot of people.
Yeah, 9/11 was kind of a big thing, just a little bit.
Like, it was a very scary thing for America.
Yeah.
So.
Because for a while, for a very brief period of time, America had no enemies, really. Like, sure, there was, like, things in South America, but we didn't have, like, any, like, threats.
No enemies
besides...
that could, like, actually endanger us in our own country.
Exactly. So, like, the last danger we had was, the Soviet Union.
Oh.
No. So the Soviet Union, because, nuclear
Yeah,
annihilation, all that stuff. So after World War II, it was just the Soviets were the only ones who could technically threaten us. And then 9/11 happened, and we're like, oh fuck, the Middle East is threatening us, or radical Islam in the Middle East is threatening us. So then that sparked a lot of anti-Islam, whatever.
Jeez,
But I feel like
radical Islam.
we've mostly gotten away from that and just accepted that the Middle East is a shithole and we should never go there again.
Shut up. No, you wanna talk about places you should never go. North Korea.
Yeah, North Korea. But like, look, all I'm saying is we should have never gotten into Middle Eastern politics besides just giving the Mujahideen a bunch of rocket launchers to fight the Russians. That's all we should have done, and we just kept it at that. Just leave them alone. Although, actually, no, I take it back because of Kuwait and, Saddam and all that awful stuff. So, okay, we did a lot of right things, but,
a lot of wrong things also.
There were certain points where we should have stopped.
Sometimes...
I don't know what those points were, but we should have stopped at some point doing some things.
Here.
I think maybe we should have not done bad things.
Yeah, America, stop doing bad things.
America, maybe take a chill pill sometimes.
Just a little bit, not all the time.
But no, 100%.
You two
Kuwait
are probably
justified.
too young to remember 9/11. Ha 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 ha. No, I
What?
remember 9/11.
I remember I was a child during 9/11.
I remember.
I remember
9/11.
I was looking at the TV. I was like, I don't know what's happening, but people are upset.
I was 4, and yeah, I lived close enough to it at the time that I remember not the event itself, but the response of my family and everything.
Yeah.
And then I saw the broadcast and had nightmares for years.
Oh, that's spooky. I think I was too young to actually understand because I was like 3. I was like just barely gaining consciousness. I didn't know exactly what was happening, but I knew everyone was upset about it.
Wow, I wonder why they are so upset.
I wonder. I also vividly remember that I was like laying down on the carpet playing with like toy cars when it happened. Because like my parents rushed in and like started like turning on the TV and stuff.
My dad was in the what's it called, the reserves for the U.S. And he had left the military, I think 6 months to a year prior to that event, and everybody else that was in his squad got drafted.
Oh,
So he just barely.
Well, was it a draft?
Yeah. So if you were in the reserves, well, it's not a draft.
Well, it's calling up. It's calling up. It's not the same thing. It's different because it's you basically already volunteered is the point.
But there were enough volunteers that they didn't have to draft.
Yeah.
But there were people that were in the military that thought that they would never see war.
And then all of a sudden.
Yeah, that had.
Wild.
Like consider being in the National Reserves. Like you only go to war if somebody attacks our country.
Yeah.
So
or if they really, really, really need to.
Yeah. So usually they only go to war. They're only the first group sent if America gets attacked first. So it was considered the safest place to be.
Yeah.
The place you would go if you didn't want to actually see battle, but you wanted to be in the military.
Well, the thing about the WMDs, Clays, is there weren't any WMDs there, but there was the ability to make them. Yeah, weapon of mass destruction, basically like chemical weapons. They didn't have any officially, technically, or that we said they actually did, which they didn't, but they had the ability to make them, which is what we wanted to prevent. So technically, it's a little gray area, but it's still kind of fucked up. And we did steal a lot of their gold. So yeah, that was kind of fucky-wucky. But they did have the ability to make them, which is what we found.
Okay, don't talk.
We didn't find the weapons, but yeah, sorry.
I'm trying not to die. I think this is a save room. No!
Yeah, we all knew that they didn't have any, but...
Okay.
We did find out they could make them if they wanted to, which is what they wanted to prevent. And also, Bush is kind of a dumb bumblebutt. He's not the best at speaking.
I died.
No. Yeah, try not to do that.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take off these shoes and get my kombucha. You may now talk about all of your government.
Yes, I'll talk about WMDs and George Bush.
But when I get back from getting my kombucha, No more political discussion. We're gonna go to conversationstarters.com
I
and
love
find a
conversation starters.
conversation that doesn't involve politics
Woo, let's go.
or things blowing up
Woo,
in
let's
any
go.
way. Oh my gosh, I cannot touch the ground anymore.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is so surreal. My feet aren't. Yeah. So if you want to get all your conspiracies, all your weapon lore, go shoot, say it.
Anyway, Saddam 100% was asking for it. Is all I'm gonna say.
Okay. You're awfully quiet now. All right, I will be back.
Also, I think the Saddam Hussein meme is the funniest thing that's happened in a while. Just a little red silhouette just popping up randomly anywhere. It just makes me laugh. Yeah, imperialism bad, I agree. But there is a difference between imperialism and interventionism. Which is technically what happened, but yeah, you could argue imperialism, whatever. Interventionism is just a slightly friendlier imperialism. Actually, no, I take it back. It's about the same. It's just a slightly different reason for doing things. Still bad. Unrelated, what do you think is the best topping for pizza? That's what I want to know. I'm a fan of the meats, the veggies, even. I like a little bit of the mushroom, the pepperoni. Pineapple is good. Pineapple does go on pizza. Anyone who says different is wrong. Savory and sweet things can go together, it turns out. I like the spinach. The spinach is good on pizza. The mushroom. I don't like olives, but that's just because I don't like olives. Yeah, peppers and sausage. That's a good one. I think my favorite one is bacon, pineapple, and mushroom. I think that's a good combo. That's a solid. You get a little
Okay.
bit of everything. You get all the flavors and lack thereof.
All right, so we are done talking about politics.
Yes, we're talking about pineapple on pizza.
That's worse than politics. Why would you?
What? No, it's better than politics.
Okay.
Everyone agrees pineapple does go on pizza. Anyone who says differently is lying. It's not like you're just putting the raw pineapple just on the
No.
pizza by itself. You're putting it with ham, which balances
Okay,
out
if
the
it's with
flavor.
ham, yes. If it's pineapple by
Yeah, well,
itself,
that's the whole
no.
point of like the
Pineapple and
pineapple on
pepperoni,
pizza. Right?
no.
Uh, bacon and pineapple.
No.
What? It's the same thing as ham, basically.
Yeah, but it's like okay, I'm not
It's
a
the
bacon.
same flavor.
I
profile.
don't bacon. It's
Okay, that's fair. But ham, bacon, and pineapple on pizza. Consider.
it depends on what sauce it is. If it's a regular tomato sauce, no.
Yeah. What? No, it goes
It's
good
got to
with the
be like
regular
a
tomato
sweet sauce, a sweeter sauce.
What? Is regular tomato sauce not sweet? It is for me usually.
Okay, so I thought of a question.
Mhm.
Okay. Hypothetical situation. You have infinite budget,
Mhm.
right? You
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
big buck. You
Mhm.
can build any house, like a castlevania if you will. Any
Mhm.
house with any aesthetic, what would you put in it?
Hmm. I feel like if I could build any house.
Yeah, so I'll offer an idea that I would put in my dream house.
Hmm.
And you can, like, just, yeah, I would have an indoor, like, a covered porch area. But
Mhm.
instead of being, like, you know how porches are screened in, it'd be glassed in.
Yeah.
And so it'd be sort of like a greenhouse, but it'd be like glasses that rotate.
Ooh.
So in the winter, it would be entirely concealed.
Yeah.
But in the summer, you could rotate it to let the breeze in,
Oh, yeah,
right?
that's
And
smart.
so in the middle of this outdoor porch, it would have like a little like, it wouldn't actually be outdoor enough to warrant outdoor
Mhm.
furniture,
Yeah.
but I would have like a little like a comfy little couch or something there, some chairs.
Mhm.
It'd be a nice little place to do art, and I'd have a
Yeah.
little pond like a koi pond, but it'd be filled with fat
Oh.
goldfish.
Yeah, fat goldfish, the best.
Yeah. It would also have yeah. So that'd be something I put in my dream house.
I like that idea. I was thinking more like architecturally how I would build
Oh,
a
that
house.
too. But I don't know anything about that. I
Mhm.
just want the place to be structurally sound.
Yeah,
No
structurally
library
sound,
on
not
the
built.
fifth floor.
Yeah, no library on the 5th floor. No,
No
not
escalators.
built. Yeah, no single escalator.
Yeah. Well, we learned a thing or two about.
Yeah, structural stability.
Yeah.
Also, no restaurant on the top floor.
Yeah. Maybe not put in a fifth floor if
Yeah,
you're only supposed to have four with
4
your.
with your foundation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, maybe don't skip out on all the barb or rebarb that goes inside the concrete to reinforce it. Maybe.
Okay. Well, we've established that the house will be structurally sound.
Yes, a
No-
structurally sound house.
No expenses will be.
Hmm.
Honestly,
All
I'm
expense
happy
paid.
with my apartment. Okay. Yeah, but would you be happier with your apartment if it wasn't an apartment with people next door to you?
Yeah. Like, a house is pretty cool because you don't have to hear your neighbors all the time. Sometimes not at all.
A house is just a bigger apartment.
Yeah, it's just a bigger apartment with a lawn sometimes.
I don't want
There's
a lawn.
grass, flowers.
Look,
I'd like a lawn. I think gardening and,
I
just
hate
lawn
gardening.
stuff
I
is
hate lawn work.
relaxing.
I do not want a lawn. I don't want to.
Okay, well, I'll take care of the lawn work.
Why do we have the same house? Why are you in my house?
Oh.
Do you want to be my gardener?
What, we can't be neighbors? Yeah, sure,
Okay,
I'll be your
sure,
gardener.
I'll-
I feel
you know
like
what, you know what,
I
we could
would
share-
tend
we
to
could
the
share a
koi
garden.
pond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll look out my little koi pond window to see the garden that I
Mhm.
don't have to
Yeah.
maintain because it's not mine.
Exactly. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'll take it.
It works.
I'll pay you $10 roonies a week to mow my
Oh,
lawns.
hell yeah, that's a steal. $10 whole a week.
$10
My
whole
favorite.
dollars. No, I think lawns are overrated.
Big lawns are overrated.
I-
Small lawns.
Like
with
I
just,
would
like,
take
little
like
garden.
just the woods over grass.
You still have to like tend to woods though.
Ew,
'cause
okay, then I don't want any
trees-
of it.
Like there's still things you have to do.
Like
even
I
if
like
you,
the
live
outdoors
in
as
the
not much as the
woods.
next person, but I freaking hate lawn work. I hate it.
I don't know. I don't like it, but I find it relaxing.
Okay, we'll start. No, don't say it's a cult. Don't say it's a cult. They'll shut us down. Let's just call it.
No, it's not a cult.
Yeah, it's just a shared property with some
Yeah, shared property.
with some friends living there.
Yeah.
We don't share a religion, just a lawn.
Yeah,
that,
just a lawn.
Pike
That's all we share.
maintains.
We share a lawn and the koi pond.
Hey, that's my the koi pond's attached to my house.
Well, yeah, but I'm tending to it.
You can get your own koi pond. That's my koi pond.
What? You just said I tend to it because you don't have to
the
maintain it.
No. The koi pond's inside my house. My dude, I would have.
Yeah, but you said you have a little garden in there.
No,
You said you have a
no,
little,
no,
like,
no, no.
porch
You heard me
area.
wrong. You heard me
Oh, never
wrong.
mind
My
then.
little greenhouse room is inside my house,
Yeah.
and the windows can open so I can see the garden that's outside. But there's no actual plants inside that room.
Oh, then why'd you say it's a garden?
I did it. I
You
did
did.
it. You said
That's
garden.
what I assumed.
I said I don't want a garden because I don't want the work.
Oh, okay, never mind then.
You said, "Oh, you could look out into the garden." I was like, "No."
Never mind then.
Lawns are a symptom of
I'll
capitalism.
tend to the lawn.
Screw
What?
lawns. Yeah, heck yeah. I hate lawns.
big lawns are symptoms of capitalism. You just have a small one.
Yeah, or you could just have garden.
Yeah, well, that's what the lawn is for. It's so you can have your
Tell
garden
that to
there.
the people that have all the grass.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's why you have a small one, so it's not that much grass. It's just a little bit to complement.
I don't think grass complements anything, but whatevs. I hate the lawn. I hate mowing the lawn. I've done it once, I hated it. I'm allergic
You know you can
to-
just get like a Roomba that mows your lawn.
That
too.
would be awesome! Do they make those? Wait, I
Yeah, they
gotta
make
look
them.
into this.
They exist. They're usually either GPS or like you have to like make a like track for them, like a limit area.
Yeah, you
where
can
they,
have like a
you know,
little,
cut grass.
like a fence.
Yeah,
I want one of these!
yeah, they exist. They're a thing.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta hit my dad up. He's gonna lose his shit. How much are they?
Kind of expensive.
Okay, how much are they? Oh my god. Okay, let's. Okay, wait. Let's compare. Okay.
Yeah, the Husqvarnas are pretty good.
Okay, let me look up.
Yeah, they're like depends, a couple thousand. They're expensive.
Wait. Okay, golf lawnmower price. Okay, so I'm gonna well, my dad has one of these little golf mowers. Let's see. The Art of Mowing. Pfft, shut up. Okay.
That's funny.
That's so sad. Okay, so we're gonna look. Oh, okay. The minimum is $690 Roonies.
Yeah, they range.
Okay, sort by price.
My dad and I were also looking into these because we were just tired one day. We were like, damn, fuck.
Yeah, no, we hate mowing the lawn.
Like, it's okay when the temperature is, like, nice, but, like, in the summer, it fucking sucks. Fuck that.
Okay. Okay, when it says medium yards, 0.4 acres, what does that mean? Does that mean that's how much it mows before you have to replace something in it?
I'm pretty sure that's, like, the optimal, like, size that it's meant for. Like, how much it'll fit in, yeah.
Okay, but if you have like alright, so $700 Roonies to never mow the lawn again. That's not bad.
Well, you still have to, like, empty it out. But that's about all you'd have to do,
Yeah,
really.
but that's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm
But
tempted.
that is for the cheaper one. 0.4 acres is not that much. I'm pretty sure your lawns are bigger than that.
Yeah, but we don't have most of our yard isn't grass.
Yeah.
Oh,
You'd have
picket
to actually
fences
go
aren't
out
even allowed
and
in my
measure.
neighborhood.
Oh, damn.
It's just I think really funny.
Yeah. But yeah, you definitely have to like go out and measure your lawn and figure out how much you have, and then you can figure out what you want to buy.
But
Consider.
anywho, dream house.
Yeah, dream house, automatic robot lawnmower.
Heck yeah. Is that even part of the
Koi
dream
pond.
house or is that just a dream accessory?
Look, I feel like a koi pond is an accessory.
Excuse you.
What? It's something you add onto your house. It's not like
Oh,
sort of.
yeah, you're right, you're
When
right.
you say like house, I'm thinking of like the building, right?
Well, no, it'd be inside the building. Did you not hear that part? No,
yeah,
I
but
have-
it's still part of the building. It's something you add
Yeah, the
on.
koi pond is in the greenhouse room
Yeah,
in my house.
but it's not the building.
Also, I would have a wall inside the house that is just a giant fish tank with the fattest goldfish
Oh
in it.
yeah.
But it would not be
That's
near
amazing.
any like windows, so it would be easier to clean. So
Yes.
maintenance would be easier.
Mhm. Well, you could just have like a full aquarium just in your house. 'cause,
No, I don't
you know,
want a
it's best
full
paid.
one because that's
What?
too. I'm assuming that I'm taking care of everything in this house, and I gotta make it realistic enough. Like I don't have a house full of servants. That's not part of my lifestyle.
Oh, okay.
Therefore, I have to do the maintenance on this. I could maintain one wall that's a goldfish tank. I could not maintain an entire aquarium.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
like one wall in my house. And it would be a wall in the basement because it'd be heavy as heck.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of like a basement area, right?
Mm.
So the fish tank wall would be right next to the water unit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we put in a
That's pretty
massive
cool.
home theater? We're getting there. So we have fish tank wall, right? And then we have the chill areas. So the whole
Yes.
basement would be like a chill gaming area. So there'd be like theater area in there. Um,
Mm.
and I think that like having the fish tank and the video games would be a very like
Yeah. Pretty
vibe.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe some DDR machines.
Yeah. DDR machines, a little arcade area.
Yeah, but anything that involves like movement would be in the basement, so that's not like bang bang bang.
Yeah.
I just want that fish tank wall. That's so cool.
Yeah. Fish tank wall, little koi pond. Very cool house.
Um, I would have all my bathrooms would have dumb themes.
Oh God.
So every bathroom would have a theme because I think that's funny, and none of them would be like beach. But I think that's the tackiest thing you could do with a bathroom is pick a beach theme.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I would have a cute watermelon strawberry themed bathroom.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and everything.
That's good.
Because that'd be easy enough to find bathroom supplies in.
Yeah.
Watermelon themed bathroom.
The watermelon bathroom. The
The
peach
strawberry
bathroom.
watermelon, because that way
Yeah. No, yeah. Strawberry and watermelon.
but they're the same colors, so
Yeah.
that way I can mix two fruit.
Two fruit.
But it would have like the trim of it would be like green, like the rind,
Mmm.
and then the wall itself. Or I could have like one of
Yeah.
those like the color stops halfway through.
Ooh,
But I
yeah,
probably don't
we
want to
could
do that because it's a bathroom, so you wouldn't want. But it'd be cute to have like the water the wall would be all pink like raspberry fuchsia pink, like not like blinding but strawberry pink. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You'd
I
have
think
that
so.
pink with like little seeds painted on it,
Ooh.
and then
yeah.
the trim on the walls would be green. And then you'd have one accent wall, which is like green with like little stripes on it, like the outside of a watermelon. So the stripes aren't even; they're like kind of squiggled.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think that'd be cute.
That'd be really cute.
Games
I
and
like
movies
that.
should have separate rooms. Yes, I agree. I agree. So I think a watermelon themed bath. Would you theme your bathroom like any themed bathrooms?
I don't know. I like simple bathrooms, but maybe.
I think like it's so often you walk into somebody's house and the bathroom is either the most impactful in a bad way or the most boring room.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it'd be fun to have like a really interesting bathroom.
Hmm.
I also would have like themed rooms.
Yeah.
So the basement area would just be like soothing. So all the colors in the basement area would be either muted or like cool, calm colors. But
Yeah, I
the
like
rest would
that.
be really funky.
Oh gosh. Like what? What are you gonna have? Like zebra camo room?
I didn't think of that, but that's a good idea. No, what I would do is I would look up really, really silly looking lighting fixtures and theme
Oh
a room
gosh.
after
Oh,
that.
theme it around that, around
Yeah.
the lighting fixture. That's a good idea.
Because like, it's difficult to find a lighting fixture that, unless you have a specific theme you're going with.
Mm-hmm. That complements the room.
But all of the guest rooms, I would probably, because I'm assuming this is a mansion, right?
I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could just be like a small, like
Well, I would have
house.
at least a couple. If this wasn't like, this is like a dream house. If I had infinite budget, realistically, my gaming room and in a house that like I built probably wouldn't have the aquarium.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's expensive.
Well, no. This is no expense paid.
Yeah, but like my actual like realistic house is not gonna have like completely different layout than
yeah.
the dream house.
Yeah, true.
So this is a house that I could have infinite rooms in. So I'm gonna have like Since all of my guest rooms don't have to double as anything else, I could go completely ham with them, right? Whereas in a house that I would actually live in, I probably would have a guest room that doubles as something else when I'm like don't have guests there, because it's stupid to have a useless room.
Yeah.
So, I would want all of the guest rooms to have a different theme. I think that'd be cool. Like, I definitely would have like a Kirby themed guest room.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it'd have like star stuff.
I like that. I think we talked about that at one point.
That in my house that I'm actually like have the money. Like that's realistic. My Kirby themed room would be a guest room and like a gaming room, like a fun activity room. Okay, I found something. Yay!
Ooh.
So the Kirby room is a plan that I have, but it would just be a Kirby room in this scenario. It wouldn't have to double as something else.
Yeah. Now, would you have a secret doors?
Oh hell
slash,
yeah!
like,
Hell yeah!
Okay, good.
You bet your bottom.
Yeah, like little fireman pull slides to get downstairs.
Maybe not
Little
that
secret
much
compartment.
because I don't want it has to be like safe.
Okay, so what?
Because I don't want to get in a
elevator or
situation
something?
where like I have, in the off chance that my sister, and this is like hypothetically whatever. I know this is my dream house, infinite money, but I don't want it to be like. I still want my family to be able to visit. And if my sister and her fiance are like married and have kids at any point, I don't want it to be unsafe.
Okay, yeah.
I want little cousins to be able to come in and be like,
Yeah.
without them falling down the fire pole or the stripper pole.
Little nephews, maybe.
Shush. Would be really funny is okay, hear me out. A secret room, right? Like you move a bookshelf, and it's like a stripper lounge, like a stripper aesthetic,
Oh god.
but it's an office.
Oh, that'd be nice.
That'd be really funny. Just imagine.
But it's still be stripper poles in there, but it's an office.
Yeah. Yeah, because you
I
know
like
like how I like the club, they got the stripper pole on a table? Yeah. That's your desk.
Nice.
I think that'd just be so funny.
Yeah.
The Kirby room should be all beanbag chairs. I got you, fam. That's my plan.
Ooh, yeah. They'd all be a bunch of beanbag chairs. You'd have every Kirby plush.
That is my like not dream house. That's just my house when I get my own place. That's what I'm doing.
House.
I will make Kirby beanbags and I'll have like a Kirby Waddle Dee, a Meta Knight.
Yeah. Now, what about the
Shoot,
other
give me.
ones?
Don't say anything for a second. I'm trying not to die. Give me a second to get to a save room. Ah, shoot!
Fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now you may speak. Sorry.
Okay. I was gonna say, what about the other rooms, like living room? What would you do with that?
Okay, so it depends on what the floor plan is, which I haven't thought about. But I think it'd be really cool to have a house that has a bunch of different themes, but like a Metroidvania, if you will. Probably not this one, because it's like, you know how Hollow Knight, in it, when you go into different areas, it has like a seamless transition?
Yeah.
That's what I would want my house to look like.
Oh.
So you have a bunch of different like aesthetics and themes, but they flow seamlessly into one another.
Oh, I like that.
So depending on what area, what room's next to, that's how it would flow.
I like that. It's a good idea.
So
Nice free flowing from one room to another.
yeah, so thematically it would have to depend on what it's next to. But like rooms that have doors would be different.
Gotcha. Yeah, obviously.
Well, no, yeah. So like if you walk into a room that has a door, but like kitchens and living rooms don't tend to have doors into those rooms. They just sort of flow in. You have a hallway.
Yeah.
So
Right,
that's
just
why those rooms would be. But like if I think that like you'd have sort of like a preppy upstairs level, or the main floor would be like more one of the floors I'm assuming that this house would have like 2 or 3 floors. So you have
Yeah.
the basement where all the gaming stuff happens, the main floor, and then maybe the upstairs where the bedrooms are.
Hmm.
Right. So the stairwells would like you'd have like a seamless transition from like one aesthetic, like let's say downstairs is modern to like
Hmm.
more colorful as you go
Yeah.
up the stairs. I think that'd be really cool to like have a transition. So like the fixtures on the walls, if you have like a closed-in stairwell, would go from let's say we have cubism down here and be cube and then slowly become like
Oh
round to
gosh.
become mod as you go up the stairs.
Yeah. Oh god, cubism.
Hollow Knight has a transitional room between each biome. Yes, so that'd be like the stairwell. But like when you're going through the transitions, like the transition rooms, it's like a
Yeah,
flawless
closed,
transition.
yeah.
Unlike in this one where you have like a some of the Castlevania games are just like you walk into a room and you're like, oh damn, this is a completely different area. Hollow Knight has a more seamless because it doesn't really have doors as much in the main area. That makes sense. So it has a transitional room. So yeah, but they're still coded to in a sense that you fade from one color to another. That's what
Yeah,
I would
you'd
do
be
with my
able
house.
to, figure out which is which.
Yeah. I saw someone on Twitter with a Sephiroth themed bathroom,
Oh,
and that's really funny to me.
oh. I might have seen the same thing. So I'm vaguely remembering bathrooms.
It's I'm 100% sure you have because you've sent me memes from the same Twitter account.
Oh yeah, probably is.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. Having like a transition.
Yeah, a nice little room.
Yeah, so
For
you have a bunch
several.
of styles, but they don't like. I think it'd be cool to have a bunch of different like aesthetics in one house, but you have to make them all work well together. So, a Sephiroth bathroom would be gay as hell. Heck yeah, or just goth.
That's kind of the point.
Yeah. But I was thinking that one of the floors could be like Victorian goth era-esque, where everything in
Ooh.
that area. And then the next so like the main floor would be like have old-timey Victorian, goth, steampunk, all of that kind of aesthetic stuff in different areas. A steampunk kitchen would be so cool.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Steampunk kitchen with a bunch of steampunk,
With all the utensils being steampunk.
Yeah. Yeah, all like brass and bronze.
Having gears on your refrigerator that turn when you open it.
Oh yeah.
Steampunk toaster.
Ooh, yes, I like that.
So,
I'm trying to think of all the other appliances, like the
Oven.
microwave and everything else. The oven, yeah. It'd be pretty cool.
I just think it'd be cool if you could do it in a way that the stuff moves when it's in use.
Yeah.
So when you have you know how the microwave has that spinning thing on the inside?
Ooh, that could be like a gear.
A gear,
type
but like
thing.
it touches a gear on the outside of it. So
Yeah.
while it's spinning, there are gears on the outside or like the inside
Yeah,
door.
they're also spinning on
So
the
like
same.
the other gears would be on the inside of the door, so they're inside the microwave too. But while the gear on the bottom spinning, all of the other gears on the door are also spinning.
Yeah, I like that. It's very cool.
What is solar punk?
Huh?
Solar punk.
Now, solar punk is a little bit different. It's like it's kind of hard to explain, but it's basically like if everything was green energy, basically. Like if
Oh,
everything was.
I forgot
net
to
renewable.
mention, my house is run by solar panels.
Oh yes.
Of
yes.
course, like that was a given. Yeah.
Mm.
I want a solar paneled. Ugh. I mean,
Yes.
I like it, but not for my house. Like I would like the whole like green energy aspect of it. That I'm down for.
Mhm.
But aesthetically, like visually, not a fan. Theoretically, I'm
Yeah.
all for it.
Yeah, solar punk is basically just, everything's run by wind, solar, stuff like
Okay,
that.
that's cool. That's
Everything
cool.
conforms to that
Like
style.
I think that our society should be run by this stuff 100%.
Yeah.
But I think like personal house aesthetic, not for me. Maybe for you. I don't know. Sustainable cottage core.
Yeah,
That
something
is the
like that.
that is the greatest description I've ever heard in my life. Sustainable cottage core. I love that. Ah. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out where that room was that I was at before.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Okay. We might have to stop talking for a bit. I'm enjoying this conversation.
Hmm.
Just to find the room. Okay. No, you can talk now, but
Okay.
that would be like.
Let me think. No, we talked about basement, kitchen, living room.
Well, not
yeah.
really in detail. Would you have? What would you have? I know you would have like one of those plain themed.
Yeah, probably. I'd probably have like a garage, like just so I'd probably have like honestly, if money was no object, I'd just have a straight up hangar and just have a bunch of space
Oh, yes.
to store stuff, vehicles, whatever, etc., etc., etc. But I would definitely have like a dedicated space, like separate rooms for like different types of games. I feel like.
What do you mean by different types of games? Like.
So different types of games, like I would have like a VR like flight sim type thing set up all in like one room. It's
Oh, okay.
dedicated.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So I could have like a fully immersive like VR, flight sim experience type thing, like with a chair that like moves around and banks left and right, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I need like a whole room for that, is what I'd be thinking. So I'd probably have one like that. Then I'd have your regular gaming room set up, where I just have like my PC, everything else set up nice. Maybe have it like set up kind of for streaming or whatever. Just because why the hell not? But I definitely have like two separate rooms for gaming. One for like VR, sim, etc. type stuff. One for
Gotcha.
regular
Would you have to
stuff.
move your stuff around? Like, how would that work?
No, I feel like I would just have two separate computers.
Oh yeah, you're a PC gamer.
Yeah, because it's a computer. I mean, otherwise I just have two separate consoles and just use the same profile. But for
Gotcha.
PC, it's easy because you just log back into Steam or whatever you're using.
That makes sense.
So it's pretty simple and easy that way. But yeah, I would definitely do something like that.
Okay.
And then obviously the kitchen. I like the steampunk idea, but I also like very modern, electronic type kitchens, ones where not everything's smart, but everything's intuitive and easy to use, has multiple functions.
Okay.
My dad and I are really big into just having everything connected via like Google Home, smart security systems like that. Honestly, I know like security privacy is a big thing anyway, and my dad's also a big stickler for that. But if it's a dream house, why the hell not? Who cares at that point?
Okay.
So I'd have everything, hooked up to, whatever network I'd be using, Google, Amazon, whatever, Alexa,
Mm-hmm.
smart home type stuff. So I'd have like a complete smart computer, smart kitchen with a big walk-in fridge. So I'd be able to store all the ingredients I love. Big pantry, huge, just a really big kitchen, just so I can make everything I love. Obviously, dining room. I don't think I'd do anything wild or crazy with like designs. I like very contemporary, clean type things.
Mm-hmm. So it would all have one aesthetic.
Yeah, it'd all have like one aesthetic, but I'd leave like a couple rustic features. Like nice paintings, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know, throw in some I don't know. Something that reminds me of home, like Texas, like throw some rusty, like
Antlers on the wall.
yeah, antlers on the wall. Well,
Some
not
guns and a
antlers.
cross.
Maybe guns, but maybe not a cross. But like I
No,
was
like the
thinking more
guns and a cross.
oh yeah, maybe. I'm not really big on having like guns.
Oh
on
no, they
walls.
wouldn't be real. This is a decoration on the wall.
Yeah, still, I feel like I'd have other things, like just like I forget what they're called, but just like a bunch of like bronze stuff, just like bronze art all over the
Like
place. 'Cause
statues,
it has that
or
kind
are
of
you
like,
talking about engravings or statues?
like engraving. It's just things made out of bronze. I feel like I like the color, So I just have it just dotted around just to give a little bit more color and contrast to the clean modern aesthetic, you know. So everything else looks a little clean and,
Hi,
you know,
William
modern.
Mr. Rose.
You know, something like that. I don't know. In my mind, I have a vision, but it's hard to put into words.
I get it. So it'd be like, are we talking like mod? I don't know how long this lasts. I'm so sorry. Are we are we talking about like mod as in like the aesthetic where everything like 70s mod aesthetic or like modern?
Modern.
Gotcha. Where like everything's clean, monochromatic.
Yeah, clean, monochromatic, black and white, and obviously that's why I'd want the like bronze, dirtier colors to help break
That would be
up.
your contrast. I
Yeah,
get
that'd
that.
be my contrast.
And
But obviously that'd be kind of like the general aesthetic for most
Okay.
things, at least for like the living spaces, right? For like the living room, you know, kind of central area. But towards like outer rooms, like you know, guest rooms, bedrooms, stuff like that, I feel like I'd want to have them color coded. So I'd have like, you know, generally redder rooms, green room, blue room type stuff like that.
would you
They'd
name
all
it the
stick
blue
to
room?
the same. Yeah, I'd probably just give it, you know, the blue, you know, room or whatever it is, like blue guest room, red guest room, whatever,
Gotcha.
or like green theater room or something like that. I feel like the theater room would probably have to be like purple or like a dark color. And like the hallways, I want to accent them by having the majority of it being like white on the top half and then being split down at the bottom with different colors,
Mm-hmm.
kind of pertaining to which way you're headed and what rooms are nearby.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
So
so
you
you
want it to
kinda
be
know,
like,
like-
color coded in a sense, like one of those video games where you kind of intuitively tell where you're going.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that is what I'd want. Obviously, that'd look ugly as hell, probably, but I feel like it'd be neat.
I went to a school that did that, and it actually worked better than you think it would.
But yeah, I feel like I'd want something kind of like that. Something that'd be intuitive and kind of tells you where you're going.
What if you're colorblind?
Sucks to be you.
Wow.
Sorry.
You didn't even think about
Not
that. You're
my
like,
problem.
Not gonna figure out how to.
Look, I never expected someone who's colorblind to be in my house to begin with.
They aren't welcome around these parts.
Yeah, they are welcome around here. Get on. Get out of here.
Okay, let me figure out. Okay, give me a sec. I'm Castlevania in, and I've gotten to a
Castlevania.
point where I found a boss fight room,
Ooh.
but I haven't found a save room near it.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm trying to, like, maybe get over there and with as minimal damage. Oh, okay. Damn it! I say before getting beat up by literal Satan over here.
Well, if that does happen, say they do just kind of pop up.
Yeah, I'm poisoned. Okay, cool. Cute.
Everyone loves being a little bit poisoned.
Yeah, I don't. Whee! Okay. So there was a room that I passed earlier, and I'm just, because I've been dying so many times, I don't even know where I am, because every time I die, I seem to find a new area. And right now, at the very least, because I got the teleport room, I can kind of figure out where that is. But I can't
Yeah.
figure out where, like, I found a save room at one point, but I don't even know where it is anymore.
Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be able to help you. I wish I could.
Thanks, Pike. Okay, I'm just gonna go up to that corner that I haven't gone up to before in this little room.
Mhm.
I think my dream house would be one of those be a cabin or one of those crazy micro homes. Okay, cabin aesthetic is good. My thing about those micro homes is they're nice for a little while. I get it if you're like a minimalist entirely. It could work. But I feel like if any life change happens to you, you're kind of screwed. If that, not trying to be mean. With micro homes, I'm always like, where would your family stay if you had relatives over? Okay, I found this room. But cabins are cool. Okay, I hate these guys with a passion.
Yeah.
This stupid dude does so much damage. Or like damage. Damn, that hurt. No, I don't want the axe anymore. I want the power of Christ.
The power of Christ, the most powerful weapon.
Why can he point down? That's not fair.
It's cheating. You can't do that.
Yeah, so like... You see what I mean? I hate these guys so much.
Yeah.
I can't dodge. Like, there's no way to dodge. Okay, I'm just gonna run.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest maybe just get out of there.
Because I have to go all the way back. Wait. No, I can't. I can do it. I can make it. Damn it, Satan! Fah! I'm getting mad. Sorry, I'm getting mad.
Yeah, I can tell.
I'm. Okay. Once we get back out of this, we can home it up again. Let me get past this area. Or at least, like, not necessarily past this area, but get to another save point. I want to find a save room up in that area that I was in.
Yeah.
And then we can talk again. Like, well, I would start a communion. We all share the same solar panels.
Yes. Trying not to get distracted, but another, like, all of the lighting fixtures would be different. But I think it'd be really cool to have your house sort of, I don't know if you all have seen, like, Madoka Magica or Utena or, I guess to an extent Rosa Versailles, where they have a very interesting, like, aesthetic art style. Yeah.
Not, actually, no, take Rosa Versailles out of that. But, like, Madoka Magica, they have, like, all this really cool stuff going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be really interesting to do, like, something, like...
Something like that, very true.
Artsy in the house. And
Yeah.
that would be cool.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah,
That'd be
I
really
like
cool.
that.
So the house would definitely be, like, a lot of different, like, opposing aesthetics interior-wise. But I want them to flow. So I wouldn't, it's not going to be, I don't want it to walk in there and be like a clusterfuck. I don't want it to be random.
Yeah, you want to be organized and kind of
organized, but cool. Yeah. I still need to watch Madoka. Watch Madoka. It's good. It's Barack Obama's favorite anime.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Certified by Barack Obama.
Remember back in the day when politicians, i.e. Barack Obama, only used their Twitter to talk about their anime they watched while not doing their job? I miss that.
I miss those days.
I miss Obama.
Bring back Obama. He was pretty cool. Sure, he drone striked some kids, but who hasn't? Honestly, at this point, who hasn't? You know?
I mean, I drone strike some kids too.
Yeah.
If I had a drone,
exactly.
those kids are lucky I don't have a drone.
Thank God you don't know how to drone.
Oh my god, you see what I mean? I can't dodge, I can't reflect.
Yeah.
This is the worst enemy in the game. Like, and it can
Well,
aim.
I feel like maybe.
Like, I can't. If I go down low, it'll hit me.
Mhm.
And they're all by the stairwell, so I can't jump up. The jumping and down, I get hit no matter what I do. I hate this enemy so much.
Maybe your reverse gravity thing is being more of a hindrance than a help.
Well, I can't. How do I get up there if I don't use it?
Well, using the wall. You gotta wall climb.
Yeah, I guess I can. Unfortunately, it's the same button, so that'll take actual.
fuck.
I can do both, but I have to hit the same thing for both. So.
Yeah. Well, I think being able to do only one, like just being able to wall climb, would be a little bit more helpful. But I don't know.
Wait, I think I can turn it off. Magic item.
Yeah, I feel like. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can't turn it off in this game. Some games you can, this one I can't.
Yeah. Or just keep throwing stuff till it dies, which you kind of do, but
Keep what?
keep throwing stuff at the dudes.
The problem is, like, I keep throwing stuff, and I'll kill
Yeah.
one, but then there's more, and every room has
Yeah.
more of them. And then I have to
Yeah, you're
backtrack.
kind of run out.
Yeah, so it's more effective to be able to avoid them.
Than to try to kill them. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the problem with trying to kill them is I can't get to a place where I can kill it without getting killed myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the way that they're positioned and, like, hogging that entire platform.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. Okay. Okay. Focus. Okay, okay, I kind of almost... You see what I mean? Like...
Mm.
Yeah! Wait.
Oh.
See, I can't...
Yeah, it's hard.
There's no... Like, even if I do it, it's the same amount of... And here's the boss fight room. You know what? Let's challenge the fight. I was trying to see if there was a safe room or something I could go to before fighting it. But it doesn't look like there is. Look at this. Look at this layout. This sucks. This really sucks.
Yeah, I think it really is just running the gauntlet to get to the boss and then getting past the boss to not do that shit ever again.
Okay, I'm gonna... Hugh Baldwin. Nathan, so you finally arrived! You! You're okay? I thought that they... ... God damn it. You! What are you doing? I am superior to you. I will defeat you to prove myself to Father. You are being controlled by... ... Camilla? Question mark. No, by Dracula. Oh shoot! Now I gotta actually fight him. Yeah, no.
Oh.
Am I winning, Mom?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yay! was awful.
Yeah.
Anything with one of the Ois is a good show in my book. I'm so upset. Why? Why is it like this?
I think the only thing you can do is just try to run.
The sad thing is, I'm in an area in the game where the only way to go back to grind involves me passing those stupid poison guys again. So there was another save room, but it's way past, like, before where I was, and I don't know where it is in this area. I just know that it's there because I made it there once and didn't save, question mark? I don't know. I think I got distracted and didn't save. That sounds like something I would do. So.
Maybe.
Yeah, because I walked in and accidentally walked out and got killed. That's what happened. Alright, DSS. Is this working?
Is it?
I can't tell. Yay. What if I fight Satan?
You could do that. Fight yourself.
Heck yeah. This is not working. Satan is kicking my...
A little bit too powerful, maybe.
Here's a fun topic. What's your favorite piece of lore in Murder Farce? Mine is the fact that not only is Carmilla canon, but she's only the second greatest lesbian in Wait, what? Who's the first greatest?
The immortal lady.
Is it confirmed that she's lesbian? I thought she was bisexual.
She could be bi.
So.
But it is... The maid did confirm that she's...
Yeah. They confirmed that she's gotten with the maid, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But have we confirmed that she's, like, not a bisexual?
I don't think we've confirmed that, unfortunately. We have confirmed that she doesn't like creepy older men.
Well, I mean, me too.
Yeah, true. Who doesn't? Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
who does, really?
Yeah.
She bangs... Yeah, okay, you can have...
Yeah, it's her. Yeah.
You can have sex with a woman without being a lesbian.
Yeah, you can be bi.
Bisexuals exist.
They do exist.
So, we haven't had, like... Until she, like... They say something that says, oh yeah, she isn't also into men. There has been enough, like, whatever, with her and the main dude, that I could be convinced she goes, like, she swings both ways. The maid, lesbian.
Yeah. Or I don't know, maybe she's bi too, because she's always given the tsundere vibes, but...
No, she's giving me, do not talk to me, do not interact with me, I wish you weren't here, the only reason I'm putting you up with you is for her vibes, the maid.
Yeah, you're right.
So, she's not a tsundere.
She's the I hate you, don't talk to me.
Yeah. She's like, everything you do is workplace harassment, and I wish you wouldn't.
Yeah.
Luccia's coworker who hates her guts.
Well, I think it's more that she's jealous that she doesn't get to spend as much time with,
Well, that
Master.
too. That too.
Also, obviously, the smooching, a little bit of jealousy.
Yeah, of course, of course. But I think that we have had nothing to prove to even imply any inclination towards men, whereas the other woman might be bisexual.
Yeah. I mean, once you've reached, age 999, right?
Yeah.
But my favorite piece of lore in the murder farce is the fact that Frankenstein is real and he's actually the doctor.
I hate that. That is that's probably the only trope the only thing I didn't like in that.
Yeah.
That is one of my pet peeves when they make Victor Frankenstein also
His own monster.
They always conflate the two, and that.
Yeah. Well, I guess this would, kind of ease that a little bit, because that way you can't say one is the other or the other way around, right? Because they're the same person at this point.
What do you mean?
Like, how people are always like, oh, it's Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein. Blah, 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 blah. He's the doctor. Blah,
Oh,
blah,
yeah,
blah,
where they make the monster. Okay, so they're both the same.
Yeah.
They conflated the two characters.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying? Okay, yeah.
They did it on purpose.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not a fan, but it's better than other. I
Yeah.
do like that they actually acknowledge the doctor in it.
Mm-hmm. And they also acknowledge that he can, talk and be reasoned with. He's not just a monster.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, no.
If anything, he's like the one, like, somewhat friendly, cordial one of the bunch.
Yeah.
And he's just a dude, he's just a guy.
I think
He's
all
just
of them are cordial, except for Carmilla.
Camilla?
All of them except for her.
No. Alistair, he's not cordial.
They haven't talked to Alistair in a situation where they weren't fighting him.
Yeah, but he straight up just started killing people.
Yeah, because
As soon as he sees them.
Okay.
Look,
Yeah.
Alistair hasn't had any chill at all. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Alistair, no chill. What's his name? Fucking Jack the Ripper, no chill. Camilla, no chill. The fucking Moriarty, obviously no chill because he's stealing people's bodies.
I like that they have the Phantom of the Opera in that. That's my favorite.
That's really funny. I like the fact that he was stolen from his
Yeah,
own
I
home.
like that they have the Phantom of the Opera and Arsène Lupin teaming up. I've seen a lot
that's
of
really
things
funny.
that has, like, okay, so I've seen a lot of things with, like, all of these characters in them, but I've never seen them in a way, like, nobody make the connection that of, like, based on when they were when the books came out and everything, that Lupin and Phantom of the Opera would be same place, same time before.
Yeah.
It's always
I think
like
it's really funny.
just the British literature that they make that connection on, and I'm enjoying that.
Yeah.
I know that there's a novel series that I haven't touched, but I hope that they do the thing where if they go to another place besides just England, they introduce some other characters from other works, from other.
Yeah, I want to see more.
Yeah, I would love to see if the I'm trying to think of other like literature besides American literature.
I want to see 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea, because I think it was roughly this time period as well, maybe.
Gothic poets
Maybe.
were this time period in America.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
I'm trying to think of like characters from Gothic poems.
I mean, besides like having, I don't know,
Wait, when was
Crow? I
Oscar?
don't
When
know.
did Oscar Wilde's?
Oh shit, I don't know. Wait, when did Lovecraft do his thing?
Early 1900s, if I'm not mistaken. Oscar
Hmm.
Wilde, Dorian Gray, time period.
Oh god.
Okay, yeah. So Dorian Gray is 1890.
Yeah.
So that would be the same. Like they're like what, mid 1880s.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah. So I would be down for that. Jules Verne. What is Jules Verne? Let me get Google.
That's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Got it. I have not read his work.
and a couple other things.
Um.
Journey to the Center of the Earth.
Okay. Yeah.
All those.
Wait, when was Charles
Ooh,
Dickens?
From Earth to the Moon.
Okay, Charles Dickens would have been a little too early.
Oh wait, they already had. Hold on, they already had Jules Verne's because they had Around the World in 80
Oh
Days.
yeah, that's right. They did.
Yeah, Passport 2 and what's his face, the other dude.
Yeah, so you already got your
Yeah,
representation.
Fog. Yeah. Damn it, but they could fit 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Well, they might put him in there later in a different area.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That would have. I don't know what happens in the book you're talking about.
Basically, just the travel under the sea.
Okay.
It's a submarine adventure type thing.
Okay. H.G. Wells, yeah. Wait, H.G. Wells was early 1900s though.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
That's
well, it's like almost.
What year does I think Murder Farce is mid? It's got to be mid 80s of 1880s.
It's 1880s to 70s ish.
Yeah, so it's 1880s because Jack the Ripper.
Maybe 1890 or.
No, it's got to be
1890s
1880s because
maybe.
of Jack the Ripper.
Oh yeah.
Look, I've consumed enough JoJo to know when Jack the Ripper happened, okay? 1898? No! No, okay, no, I refute. Murder Farce year. I don't. End of the 19th century. Okay, end of the 19th century, not a specific date. Year, take, timeline. This is probably gonna include spoilers. 1897? What? This is bologna and cheese. This is wrong. 1888 to 1891. It's not lining up, guys. Look, I don't know much, but I know my Jack the Ripper lore. Okay, so it starts in 97 and then continues into 98. No. It's not close enough. That's 16 years off. That's wrong. Okay, Pike.
I mean, a lot of these are like a couple years off.
Okay. But like, unlike Jack the Ripper, the other ones are characters that would have lived in like over a certain period of time, so that tracks.
Yeah.
But come on, Jack the Ripper.
It's okay. We'll give them some
Have
creative
you
liberties.
what is your favorite Jack the Ripper theory? I have my
Honestly, I've heard a couple.
I have my favorite theory and the one that I actually believe is the case. But I would like to hear yours first, so I do not. What is the one that you believe?
My theory is that it was probably several medical students who were doing it. It wasn't just one person, but
Okay.
several.
So
Several medical students who were going around cutting up women to harvest either organs or to practice their skills in a sadistic way.
do you think that the medical students killed them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was. I feel like it was a group of medical students. It would have to be.
All
But
right.
that's just my theory.
Well, that's part of my favorite theory, which is not the theory I believe.
Mhm.
So the theory, what I personally believe, is really boring. You're gonna hate it, but here's my theory.
Uh-huh.
That was during the time period when a lot of people were just dying because of different diseases, and the fact that a lot of people were moving to the city and weren't as clean as they
Yeah.
should have been. So I think that the prostitutes all died of like drug overdose, they were not murdered. I think
They
that
OD'd.
they
and then
OD'd,
someone
or
would
something
just
else
cut 'em
happened,
up.
or they died of like not eating enough.
Mhm.
So I think, or they, because things weren't clean and they got sick easily. I think they died due to non-sanitary conditions, overworking,
Yeah.
hunger, overdose, any of those
All
issues.
those
I think that the prostitutes just died because of that. I don't think they were murdered. And what I think falls in line with your theory, I think that this was back when they were still, when medicine was still being, was kind of new in terms of
Practice, yeah.
surgical stuff. And so I think that doctors were practicing on it, but you couldn't get a cadaver easily because it wasn't a widely respected field yet.
Mhm.
So I think that they were using these dead women that they found that died of causes unrelated to the doctors to test out surgical things.
Yeah.
Because
Surgical practices. Tools,
Surgical
etc.
practices on a cadaver prior to trying it on a real person. That's my theory. Like that's what I genuinely believe. So I don't think that there was actually somebody killing them.
They were just already dead and
I think
just
they were
leaving
already
the
dead,
bodies.
and the doctors that were practicing weren't very good at disposing of the bodies in certain instances. So I think that
Yeah.
there were more quote unquote victims than what they found, because I think this was a
Yeah.
whole black medical thing.
Yeah.
Underground medical field was doing this.
Mhm.
That's just my theory.
Yeah, that's a good theory.
But the best or the most interesting theory I've heard.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the killer pharmacist?
I don't think so.
Okay. I'm trying to remember what his name was, but there was this dude. You know how the Industrial Revolution happened kind of twice in England?
Yeah, a little bit.
But the second one was during the same time as the American Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is during Jack the Ripper was during the Second Industrial Revolution in England, right?
Mhm.
So this theory goes, during the American Revolution, Industrial Revolution, there was this guy, this pharmacist, who had a really awful beard. Let me look up to get his name. Okay, H.H. Holmes is his name. Okay, so there's this dude named H.H. Holmes, right? And
Yeah.
because industry, they had a lot of people that were going by themselves to the city to get jobs, right?
Yes.
And so they were traveling out of state.
Oh, I think I'm
Yeah,
remembering now that you said H.H. Holmes. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he basically killed the owner. He was a pharmacist. He had a pharmaceutical license. He basically inherited a pharmacy from a family that he worked under, i.e. he murdered them. He murdered them. And then he renovated the place. What he did when he renovated it is he turned the entire pharmacy into basically an underground death labyrinth.
Yes.
So he is the reason.
As you do, you know.
Yeah, he's the reason our forensic expertise is as high as it is, because he killed people in so many different ways that, and all in one place, that
We just had to develop new ways of being able to process such evidence.
Yeah, that in ways that people had never even. So before, people were definitely killing people in these ways, but because they could get away with it, because nobody sane would think, oh yeah, I'll put somebody in acid, I'll put him in a wood chipper. You know what I'm saying? But this guy did it all, and they had proof that he did it all, and they had the remains after he did it all, so they were able to learn how to.
Yeah, reverse engineer the process.
Reverse engineer
to figure out how to,
in other crime scenes. Yeah. So long story short, he built this whole labyrinth in his basement. He would get people that were coming from rural towns and get them to work at his pharmacy. They wouldn't have any contacts nearby. They would disappear.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember how many people he lured in and killed, but it was in the double digits.
Damn.
It was high. He's considered the most prolific American serial killer.
Hmm.
And when the police finally caught him, they had a whole Mary Scooby. I don't want to say it's a Scooby Doo chase, but it kind of was a Scooby Doo chase. You know, like with all the trick, like
Yeah.
they go through a door and they come out another door and they're in a room
Yeah.
with no doors. Yeah.
Yeah, just merry-go-round.
Yeah, they literally had a Scooby Doo chase in this dude's basement for a while.
That's funny.
It was bad. It was bad. It was bad. So I can't. I feel like somebody died, and at least my facts might be wrong, but I recall at least one of the cops getting like killed
Mm.
because he had like literally he booby trapped the whole place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what you do.
Yeah. So when he killed people in a variety of different ways.
Mm.
But most of the time, what he would do, like the way he killed them was different, but he would always like take them apart afterwards.
Yeah.
Before
Just
disposing of the
dismantle
body. And like, so the method of killing was always different. The disposal process was always different. But the fact that he took them apart was the thing that remained the same.
Yeah. The MO.
Yeah, that was the MO. So, that was the MO. Hear me out. He went overseas to London for a few years.
Yeah.
So he was at London for a few years, and while he was in London, he was teaching medical school or something because he was like a pharmacist, and I think he also was like a surgical doctor or something.
Yeah.
So he was teaching like a college course or some other thing with his associates in London. And there are two different theories regarding H.H. Holmes. One of them is that he's the person who taught the medical students or whomever, if it were doctors that did the whole Jack the Ripper thing, he was the one that taught them the surgical procedures.
Yeah. How to do it.
Or theory number two, which I think is a
did it.
very funny theory because it lines up so well that it's uncanny.
Mhm.
He was Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, I could believe it.
Because like his cooldown period in the States, if he was Jack, because like if you look at his cooldown period, if he went to London and didn't murder anybody, then he would have had a extended more of a cooldown period than he'd ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But if he was Jack the Ripper, that would have lined up with his cooldown period. Like it was always like a
Yes.
couple months between, or like a certain amount of time between each one,
Mm.
and that would have lined up, and it would have been his same victim profile.
Yeah. Just tearing people up, dismantling them, taking out their organs, etc.
Yeah, and then he returned back to America, and then hilariously, the Jack the Ripper killings coincidentally stopped.
Yeah, weird, wild.
So
How
I
did that
think
work?
I don't think that's what happened, but I think that's my
It
favorite.
could have been a little bit of both.
I
It
could
could have been
see
that
him
he and medical students were out and doing it. He was like,
I
"Here,
would not.
I'll
be,
show you how to."
I would
show you how
not
to
be
cut open a
surprised
body.
if he was. I think it'd be more surprising if he wasn't killing people.
Yeah.
But I think that it wasn't him solely because he always disposed of his bodies.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where that was almost an MO.
Yeah.
Was that he would find a different way to dispose of each body. So I think him just leaving them out in the river or just in the street
Mhm.
was not in his character.
Sloppy.
Was
yeah.
sloppy. I think he might have disposed one of them in the river. That would be a different way that he
Maybe,
hadn't done
yeah.
it before. But he wouldn't have done that like every single time. It was something different.
I feel like it would make more sense
I could see
for
him.
it to be a student of his, someone who he was teaching to do these things.
Well, I think that he might have been it lines up with that too, where he was doing like teaching people what surgery was, and they were practicing it on cadavers because he talked about practicing this on cadavers.
Yeah.
So I think that if he was over there, he was definitely in the same circle as the medical students who were the medical people who were performing these surgeries. But I don't think that they were the ones. I don't think that Jack the Ripper was an actual serial killer.
Yeah.
I think it was people who didn't have access to cadavers, getting access to cadavers, and then being sloppy with their disposal process.
Not caring about what happened to the body afterward.
Well, I don't even think that they didn't care. I think that they had no other, like, they're doctors, not killers.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. So. Usually, killers have at least some kind of attachment to a body. At least serial killers, right?
yeah,
Because
plays into the whole like mind game of serial killing.
Well, they don't necessarily have something to do with the body. Sometimes.
Well, no, but there's a level of attachment to the thing that you've just killed.
Yeah.
Like not like a romantic or like
you
a
mean
personal
like trophies?
attachment,
You're
but
talking
it's
about trophies.
yeah, like a trophy, yeah. Exactly.
A lot of the times, the trophies isn't even part of the body, though. It's sometimes like an
Mhm.
earring or something they were wearing.
Yeah, sometimes, or sometimes it is part of the body too.
It
Because
can be, yeah.
people are sick.
But yeah, I think the fact that they were all found with their belongings,
Yeah.
and the fact that they were found with their belongings, and that's what made them identifiable, leads me to believe that
It was probably just medical students.
it was. Yeah, I don't think that the person who, because note that they were not the only people that were disposed of in the river.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind. There were so many people that were killed and put in the river that were dying just of like anything that were found in the river, that there was a whole column in the newspaper of bodies we found in the river this week.
Damn.
So
Yeah, it would just make sense. Hey, we got a body, just throw it in the river.
yeah, well, no, I don't think a serial killer would do that, and I think
No,
that
I'm just like a medical student who just doesn't care what happens to the body after.
yeah, like what do you do? Like if you're like just doing this because medicine, it was like the medical field was far advanced enough that people didn't frown about it, but far enough behind that experimental stuff was not okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Wait a second. Let me see something. I'm gonna like look up a fact. What year did medical schools start getting cadavers? England.
Actually, that reminds me. There was a case similar. I think it was maybe a little bit before or after Jack the Ripper, where a couple of hotel owners were supplying cadavers to medical schools
Was that
by murdering people.
was that in England?
Yeah, it was in England.
Wait. Okay. I think. Let me find the H.H. Holmes things. That's associated with this guy too.
Yeah, but these were like just completely unrelated to like H.H. Holmes or anyone else. These are just like people who figured out they could make a business out of this.
Oh, okay. So that's a different
Like
thing.
just selling cadavers to local universities or whatever. So it's a completely separate thing. It's not like mass murder. Well, it was mass murder. They killed a bunch of people, but it was more like, oh, incidentally, this is how we can make money.
Okay, I
Because
found it.
I think someone died in like one of their like rooms, and they were like, oh, well, what do we do with the body? I was like, oh, well, we can just sell it to the university, and something like that happened, and then it just escalated from there. Because it was like these two guys and their wives, so it was like 4 people involved in this.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it.
Okay. There was a whole thing about them not having cadavers in the 1800s, but I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
when. No, I don't want to know about the British Museum. God damn it, I hate these sites.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see H.H. Holmes in something. No, I'm gonna be real. H.H. Holmes is probably the scariest serial killer to me.
A very spooky dude.
Well, I think the fact that, like, he was in a pharmacy that wasn't necessarily isolated.
Mm-hmm.
So he had neighbors that would have been close enough to hear screams and stuff. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But because of the way it was built underground, they heard nothing. So this wasn't even a situation of people, like, ignoring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He was so smart that the only thing spookier than a serial killer is a smart serial killer.
Yeah, it's very spooky. Let's see, I'm trying to find...
Okay, I'm figuring out where I need to backtrack to do better. So I think at this point, I have to grind. I have no choice. I must grind.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of grinding, you know.
Even a little bit is too much.
Sometimes I grind too much. Oh, I think it was this one, Burke and Hare, maybe.
Yeah, that was the one I came across when I was looking for like cadaver stuff, but that was prior to the Jack the Ripper thing. I couldn't find anything about it at the end of the 1800s. So if you manage to find anything about the end of the 1800s, that they were still having a cadaver shortage, please let me
Yeah.
know.
I'll look for it here. Actually, I won't. I have to go to the bathroom. I think I drink too much water.
Go do what must be done.
I water too much. Hold on.
It's okay.
I'll
It
be
happens
back.
to the best of us. Anatomy classes went on for long before the 1800s, but they were usually done in secret. Yeah, they were. Because people did not, like, people were very not okay with the idea of that type of medicine. Wiki, the history of cadaver studies, it'll be a whole thing. I was trying to figure out when they were legally, like, donate. Because I know that this has been a thing since the way back that when. First Renaissance at the very latest. So when it started. But what I'm curious about is when was it legal for doctors to have access to cadavers so they wouldn't have to find dead bodies. Okay, let's look this up. If there's a picture of a dead body, I'm gonna be upset. All right. Yeah, the really. Wait. Dark period in the history of human dissection. Okay. Okay. Although grave robbing was blah blah blah, body snatching, unethical means, continued. Okay. This is not giving me the information I needed. What I'm saying is, yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, med students, totally. If you can't, who's gonna give you a body? You gotta find one. Also, donating bodies is a cool thing you could do. So, shout out to the person who donated their body and gave me my feet. That was really cool of you. Thanks. I don't know your name, but I know your soul. I'm sorry. That was really really bad joke. I'll shut up. But yeah, people donating their body to medicine and stuff is how you get like a bunch of transplants done. So my feet, the bones in my feet are somebody else's bones. I'm not allowed to know who the person is because the family opted to keep their privacy, and I respect that. So I'm not allowed to know. They weren't legally allowed to tell me. But that's a cool thing. Did you say you've taken a human anatomy lab? Okay, so back in my youth, which is really stupid in retrospect, I wanted to get into forensics So, I took a couple forensics classes, and I learned like the history of anatomy and forensics. That's why I know who H. Holmes is and all how he's like a forensics guy. And then we actually had to look at cases, and I could not stomach that. But I've never been in a lab, but I know of it. So I dissected a frog once. That wasn't fun. I did not enjoy that. Yeah, at one point in my youth, I wanted to be a detective. I don't know why. I legitimately do not know why. I thought, huh, I could be a detective. Have you met me? No, I could not be a detective. I'd walk onto the crime scene, throw up, and ruin it. So, I never made it to the point where I was in the lab, thank God. But I did make it where I looked up, like, learned a lot about case studies and stuff like that. I've dissected a lot of things, but never a cadaver. I refuse to take human anatomy. Do you have to? I, I don't think that you have to go to like a special school to work with cadavers, from my understanding. Like they don't just like, I don't know. Maybe you do, but I'm pretty sure. Why am I talking like I know? The person that I talked to, who was my forensics instructor, who from what she told me, they had to go to it. You have a special on-site location that you go to, and it's not like a regular college campus, from my understanding. But to get a degree in like forensics, you have to dissect a cadaver. Okay, so where is the switch? I know there's another switch somewhere.
All right, I'm back.
So that is why I have such a silly interest in weird crime scene stuff.
A little wacky.
Yeah.
Oh, lizards. The shores.
I'm just grinding at this point, but I'm trying to figure out, there's a switch or something? Let's get to the area in this room that I haven't been in. I'm trying to find the switch. Huh. Your school doesn't even have an okay, but do you always have to take apart a body in an anatomy class? I don't know. I wouldn't.
I feel like if you go into medical practices, you'd have
Oh
to
no,
at
for
least.
for doctors, yes, but like a general anatomy class?
Oh, well, they give you like other animals for anatomy usually.
Yeah.
Like they'll give you a frog or a rabbit or some kind of small animal.
But I think that like your colleges have to have like a certain license or something to even have the cadavers. I think. I might be wrong. And I think you can't just like have cadavers anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do I activate the switch? Okay, okay.
Have you tried hitting it with a really big hammer?
No, I haven't found a switch because there's a stairwell over here that I can't get over. See?
There does seem to be a lot of obstacles in your way.
I don't even know where the switch is. But I know that the only way to move that staircase is to hit a giant button, but I don't know where the giant button is. I checked on the other side of the thing. No giant button. Time to go over here. See, I can't even go around this. How? Like, I guess I have to go over to the other side? But there's gotta be another way.
Yeah, I feel like there would be.
What?
Unless you just have to, like, kill enough things.
No, there's a switch on the wall that I have to hit to move the staircases.
Oh.
So it's a puzzle. But from where I am, there's no switch I can access. So it has nothing to do with these lizard people. They're just obstacles. They're just here. No, it's literally a very obvious switch, like a light switch that's just on the floor. Really big. I'm gonna save again, and maybe it's there's one at the top of this little area, but I just checked, so I don't know. I think I might just have to go all the way back around and enter from the other direction.
You might have to.
Which I really don't want to do because I'm just trying to fill out that one part of the map that I don't have so far. Yeah, no switch. I hate sewer areas. Like, just in any game. The sewer aesthetic, not for me. I'm not a sewer girl.
Yeah, I know you don't like them in Dead Cells either.
I don't like them in anything. I've never played a game with a sewer area that I like.
Yeah.
I have played a game with sewer elements that I liked, but I hated the fact that it was in a sewer.
Yeah, stinky sewers. No one wants to be
It's
there.
always green and icky, and there's always
lizards.
or slimes.
Or frogs. Yeah, some
Yeah,
kind of
I'm
green
not a
thing.
fan of sewers. Okay, so I have to go all the way back around and go under.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay. I had a course where every lab was a dissection. No thanks.
I mean, that's how you learn things.
That's why I didn't follow my dreams of becoming a detective.
Yeah.
I went to a summer camp, like a detective summer camp, once when I was like in 6th grade, and I thought it was the coolest thing.
It is pretty cool.
And then I lasted half a semester in an actual forensics class, and
Oh, that's not that bad.
That's not that. What do you mean that's not that bad?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
No, I had to leave because I was like I ran out of the room to throw up.
Exactly, it's not that bad. You last a half a semester before, you know.
I lasted up until we got to case studies.
Hmm.
So I got to the history of it and the theoretical, and I was fine. Then we got to case.
But as soon as you got to
Hilariously, it was H.H. Holmes was one of my triggers. Because I'm not going into detail, but that wood chipper stuff really messed me up.
Yeah.
Also, I think part of it is because I'm the victim type of most of these killers. Hilariously,
yeah. You do fit the description.
I am the optimal victim. Like yeah. I don't want like victim whatever myself. I don't like playing victim the victim. Code. But yeah, these serial killers really be after me. I'm afraid of going out after dark. I'm afraid of getting jobs in cities where I don't have family. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's understandable. It's okay.
Why do all of these killers? Why am I their victim profile?
Target demographic.
It's not fair. Except for what's his face? The clown guy.
Oh yeah, he was not into you.
Yeah, so I mean that's
Your
one serial
archetype.
killer that wouldn't want me. I don't think Jeffrey Dahmer was into women either.
Wasn't he?
Wait. I
Didn't he start off with women? I feel like he did.
Let's look. Okay. Oh, Christ. They're all men.
All of them? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's there were jokes about we need more gay representation, and then they released Dahmer.
Yeah,
But not this
Dahmer.
kind of representation.
No, wrong kind.
Yeah. Yeah, so Dahmer and Gacy.
Yeah.
The two
Wayne
of-
Gacy.
Yeah, the two of them, all of their victims were male. But so I guess that's two that don't want me.
Yeah.
Wow. But there are
Okay, so I googled John Wayne Gacy just to,
he was the clown
apparently,
guy, right?
yeah, he was the clown guy. Apparently there's a movie that doesn't have anything to do with John. Does this have? Oh,
It was inspired by him. Pennywise from It?
no, not it. Alien. Memory: The Origins of Alien apparently stars Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy. What?
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 What does this even mean? Like, this is. I'm just gonna send you a snapshot.
What the? I'm concerned.
Like, everything else on here makes sense, right? Like, you Google John Wayne Gacy, but then this pops up.
Let's see what you're talking about.
Here, I'll just post it in. There, I sent you the DM. You can. Like, the rest of these make sense, but this one. What do they mean by this?
Okay, give me a sec. Let's see what's up.
Why is Ted Bundy here too?
Huh. Wacky.
I want to watch this film. I want to figure out why Ted Bundy and John Wayne Gacy are.
You know, I can't tell you.
Oh, okay, I understand now. These are like the origins of like the movie. So I'm assuming that they were
okay. Yeah, that
inspired
checks out.
by.
That tracks.
Because
A lot of stuff was inspired by
Yeah.
spooks.
Evil, yeah, spooky things. H.P. Lovecraft's in here too. That's my favorite team up. You ever just have H.P. Lovecraft, Ted Bundy, and John Wayne Gacy?
Hell yeah, those are my favorite.
Hell yeah, power.
That's my power trio.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny?
Hmm.
H.P. Lovecraft, who was afraid of everything, wouldn't be afraid of them because they were white. So.
Oh, very true.
Even though he's probably their target.
Their
demographic.
target, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really funny.
Oh my god, just imagine. I can see the fan fiction in my head right now.
Yeah, you should write this
H.P.
fanfiction in your head.
Lovecraft, John Wayne Gacy, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Ted Bundy.
Or wait, no, oh, it's
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. He was like. He was his targets were women. He was like the guy that's literally Kira.
Yeah, he's literally Kira.
Yeah, he's literally I'm his target demographic.
Yeah.
No, okay, we're gonna take Ted Bundy out. No, I don't want him.
No, but he's in the thing. You gotta.
I know
you
he's
gotta
in the
have it.
thing.
He'll just be the quirky, funny guy.
He cameos.
Yeah, cameoing Ted Bundy.
He cameos, but
Ted Bundy, incidentally, friends of both of them. He's how they meet each other.
yeah. But okay,
He's the middleman.
so Ted Bundy meets Lovecraft on a rare, like he leaves the house to go to the beach once, and that's where he meets Ted Bundy.
Yeah.
Right, and so then we have Jeffrey. Wait, let me double check. Yeah, all of his victims were, oh, people my age, female. What a coinky dink.
Crazy.
Crazy how that happens. Okay. So I think it'd be really funny to have just, here's the fanfic idea. H.P. Lovecraft and all of his racist, problematic self, right? In character, afraid of everything. He sees a vacuum, it freaks him out. Cool beans. He somehow, I'm trying to think of like how I have to figure out how they meet. That would be difficult. But I think it'd be really funny to have Lovecraft.
Well, how did John Wayne Gacy meet all of his victims?
John Wayne Gacy was a like a construction worker.
Exactly. So let's say, you know.
But Lovecraft was a shut-in, so that wouldn't fit.
Well, no.
I got it. Wait, stop.
Okay,
I got it. Okay.
You say your piece.
So, Ted Bundy had worked at a suicide hotline for a while. That's where he meets Lovecraft. Because like the hotlines don't always advertise that it's for suicide hotlines. You could also call them if you're having an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
Okay, so H.P. Lovecraft calls the hotline having an anxiety attack because he saw a person of color and that scared him because he's racist. Of course. Right. Or his air conditioning unit went off and that scared him. It made a noise he didn't like.
Yeah.
So that's how he meets Ted Bundy. Everybody else is like very social in their community, so they all know each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just the setup, the plot, the premise. H.P. Lovecraft is hanging out with two serial killers that are both interested in murdering him, but he's not afraid of them because they aren't setting off any of his alarm bells.
Yeah, because they're white.
Because they're white, they're and other reasons. He was afraid of a bunch of different like people type. So he is hanging out with them and they're talking about murder and stuff and he's talking about sci-fi, and because his book club hated him. He was part of a writing club that hated him because he was racist and like everything.
Yeah, I remember.
But these guys seem like his kind of guys. So they're like, he's brainstorming stuff for his books, and they're brainstorming murder, and all the while he doesn't know that both of them are planning to off him. But because like both of them are planning to off him, but they don't know that each other are serial killers. So like they're all like serial killers, but they're not aware that the other people are serial killers. So every time one of them tries to kill him, the other one accidentally cock blocks them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Comedy ensues.
It's perfect. I love it.
Okay.
We have Ted Bundy bundling, or I can't even say the word. Bumbling around trying to commit murder while the clown man is also doing the same.
You mean Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer, or sorry, I forgot Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy is just there because he has to be.
Yeah, Ted Bundy's just there.
But Ted Bundy and H.P. Lovecraft don't hit it off enough because Ted Bundy was like a real normie and H.P. Lovecraft's kind of a goth, you know? He's an outlier, an outcast. Perfect victim type for my other guns. But,
oh god, I can't say it. I was gonna say he was a skater boy, but he wasn't because he can't do skate. He hates skates.
Ted Bundy was a skater boy, but
Ted Bundy was a skater boy.
Said, "See you later, boy," and
he said, "See you later, boy."
Others. Okay, this is.
You have to put that into your fic.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No, I'm sorry. I want to emphasize that I don't support any of these terrible people.
Yeah, we do not support murder or racism.
This isn't. Yeah, no. I think racism sucks. And I'm only laughing
Murder
because
also
the situation
sucks.
of all these terrible people in the same room is somewhat entertaining. I like the idea of someone who's afraid of everyone, not being afraid of the only threat around him.
Yeah, it's really funny.
Oh my god, I just had a terrible, like, plot point. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, a lot of Dahmer's victims were, black, right? Right.
Were they?
Based on what I just looked up, yes.
Jeffrey Dahmer? Someone
Yeah.
check.
Yeah, let me go. Yeah, they were.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay, so Lovecraft makes a comment that's like racist and about how he wants to off a certain type of person.
Mm-hmm.
Dahmer responds like, "Me too, bro."
Oh
But,
god, they meet on funny.
I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
Is that a little too spicy?
No. It works. It works. Jeffrey Dahmer and fucking
You know.
Lovecraft meet on funny junk. It's perfect. It works.
Okay.
Or you could just say they meet on like a message board or like some image sharing
You know,
site.
if you change the names and like make the crimes more fictional, you could totally do a satirical comedy sketch
Yeah,
with this.
you could. 100%.
What happens when a racist, homophobic, whatever, meets two closeted serial killers? Trump, chaos ensues.
Oh god.
Yeah, that closeted serial killer. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. It's a double.
It's perfect.
Is this the chaos you asked for?
This is all I hope for.
I'm sorry, my sense of humor is a little edgy.
It's a little something. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay, I looked on Twitter for like 2 seconds and I regret it.
What happened now?
Have you seen people making the Pixar things?
The what?
The Pixar parody things, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so Bing came out with like an AI, right? That makes images, right? People
Oh,
love
no.
AI images.
Oh no.
And people are using the Bing AI thing to make Pixar movie images in the Pixar style. And
Why?
oh, I'm just gonna send you one, just as a taste, just as
I'm
just as a
afraid.
little flavor.
I don't want to know. I'm scared.
So people are doing.
Is this safe for work?
It's safe for work, yes.
Okay.
Well, at least the image I sent you is.
Oh no. So the implication being that a lot of these images are not safe for work.
Well, no, they're safe for work. They're just very I'm just gonna send you another image. It's completely safe for work, but the title is
Okay, I'll.
It's safe for work.
I'm
but...
scared.
Oh no, you have no reason to be scared. Just you're gonna.
I know
be like,
I have no. You say that, but I'm still afraid. For some reason,
Okay,
I
yeah,
feel fear.
yeah, no, that's justifiable.
So I'm a little intimidated. Let's see what this is. Okay, wait.
You've probably seen these somewhere.
I hate this. Oh my god.
There's a few more.
Thank you. I've seen enough.
Yeah, you can kind of guess.
I can see where this is going, and I do not like it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh no. Where are we going now?
No, I just saw it, but like Twitter reset, so I couldn't save the image fast enough.
Lamau. Maybe that's for the best.
Maybe it's for the best.
These are all cursed. I hope you realize that these are incredibly cursed.
Oh, there's worse.
Oh no. It gets worse.
Yeah, it gets worse. I'm just.
Is this safe for work?
Wait, I'm about to die.
This probably isn't something you want to show on stream, even though it's safe work. It's just controversial.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna, not then.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spoiler it. Send it to you. You can just look at that at your leisure.
Thanks. Okay, I feel like I've progressed not at all today in Castlevania.
You did, something? I don't know. I'm not
I
sure either.
got 2% of the map filled out.
That's better than no percent of the map.
Yeah. Got my butt kicked by a boss.
Amazing.
And apparently I could somehow speedrun or something.
Yeah, if you did some kind of weird thing.
What is here? I found a room.
Oh.
So walkie. Leaving this area. Sorry, I will not sing again.
It's okay. You have a beautiful singing voice.
Thank you. I try. Why do I keep running into things? Why do I keep doing this to myself?
I don't know.
Have I been here before? I have, but I'm going up again. Yay! I have more health.
Oh my god, I found it.
I'm scared.
Okay, this one that I'm sending you isn't the one I saw. It's something completely different, which I just think is really funny.
Can I open it, or is it?
Yes, you can open that one. Yes, that one's safe. That one's not even spoilered.
Let me open it before.
That one's not even spoilered. The one I spoilered has some stuff in it. Not gross, but just controversial.
Emos versus punks.
Yeah, people are making, not controversial stuff as well.
Okay.
I just thought this was funny.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I never realized that they weren't the same until seeing this image.
Yeah, me too.
But the AI thinks they're different, therefore they are different.
Yeah, that's all you really need.
Okay, so I have filled out
Oh, Jesus Christ.
this area, gained a little bit more health, more ways in which to die. And now I return. Woo! Alright. And I will have to go in a little bit.
Yeah. That's okay.
I
We've
got
streamed
things I
for
want
like
to do.
over 3 hours at this
I
point.
know. Ah.
I'll try to find the one image I saw because I know you will hate it and yeah, you'll
Hate it
just
in a
hate
good
it.
way.
Hate it in a good way.
Be upset, but also chuckle.
Yeah.
What sparked this? Is this specifically a Pixar AI or something?
No, it's specifically the Bing one because it's really good at making Pixar style, apparently. I don't know why, but apparently the Bing AI just really good at Pixar.
Makes you think.
Really making you think. Oh, this one seemed. Not the one I'm looking for.
This game wants me to hit a switch, but I don't want. Oh, there's a switch. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other save point, and then I am going to call it a day.
All right.
Thank you for joining me on this this adventure.
Anytime.
No progress was made, but hey,
I mean,
that's
2%.
Castlevania.
2% progress is progress.
Yeah. We found a guy.
Found a dude.
I hate this sewer. I know I've mentioned it already, but I still hate it.
Oh yeah, it's completely understandable. It looks god awful.
Like, some elements of it are cool, but it's in the sewer, so I automatically don't like it.
Yeah.
How? I'm so mad. How do I stop? Ari! I also don't like these switches.
They seem kind of
Like, I'm okay with puzzles,
convoluted.
but I don't like how I have to do this puzzle every time I go in this area. Like, other parts of this game have puzzles that once you do them once, they're solved and you don't deal with them again. But because this puzzle, like, prevents you from traversing, it still has to be here. Because you can't solve it without unsolving it somewhere else.
Yeah.
I wish that those puzzle pieces, these blocks would just disappear.
Yeah.
Once.
No more puzzles. Everyone hates puzzles. Get rid of them.
Yeah. Down with puzzles. I tire of puzzle.
No more puzzles. We've grown beyond the need for puzzles.
And I don't like, I'm just trying to walk and these guys keep like, hey, let's... This is frustrating.
Very.
I can't get 2 feet without these enemies, and they get stronger every time I fight a boss.
Smacking at you.
Yeah. Like this. Okay, I'm gonna call it a day. I'm fed up. I'm tired. I'm going bye-bye. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining me on this quest. Toodaloo.
Anytime.